NBC Sports program is brought to you in living color.
NBC Sports presents the 56th Rose Bowl game. Good afternoon, everybody. 102,000 fans here in Pasadena awaiting the kickoff 30 minutes from now of the Rose Bowl game. And Kyle, it looks like perfect conditions both for the spectator and the player.
Well, it really is. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Pasadena. A little bit of wind and slightly on the cool side, which I think is ideal for the football players. The offensive power of Michigan against the defensive power of the University of Southern California, quite a matchup.
It's always a thrill to play in a Rose Bowl game. And let's find out how some of these boys feel about playing in this game from both sides, the University of Michigan and from the University of Southern California.
It'll be a beautiful experience.
It'll be just great.
Wonderful. I can think of no finer way to culminate my career.
It'll be a completely unique experience.
It's a good way to spend New Year's Day.
It's the greatest bowl game played, and I'm looking forward to playing in it.
It's the greatest. It gets to be a bigger thrill every year.
Something I'll always remember.
One of the highlights of my life.
Bo Schembechler, the Michigan coach, was taken to the hospital this morning for precautionary measures. We taped not only Schembechler and McKay. Here's what they had to say.
This year started out the season with two excellent victories over Vanderbilt and the University of Washington. Then we stumbled and made 7 miscues and played poorly and lost to the University of Missouri. Then we won a big ball game in our opening Big Ten game against the University of Purdue, and then lost a real critical one here in the state of Michigan to Michigan State. The 6th game of the year was a key game in our season, I think, as we went to Minnesota, and after trailing at halftime, we scored 4 times in the second half to win that game. Then we steadily improved through the latter part of the season, up through the Iowa game, in which we beat Iowa 51-6 in Iowa City. At that time, we felt we had an excellent opportunity against Ohio State, and we knew that we really would, if we won that game, we'd share the Big Ten championship and represent Michigan in the represent the Big Ten Conference in the Rose Bowl.
I think we have a fine team, and we're led by a sophomore quarterback, Jimmy Jones, and we think he's an excellent football player as a runner and passer. We have a great tailback in Clarence Davis. I think we'll be able to move the ball this afternoon against Michigan, even though they do have a fine defensive team. I think the key to the game will be whether we can move it and consistently keep it, because when they get it with their fine offense, they're certainly going to move it on us.
We'll be back with more of today's Rose Bowl game in just a moment.
I've seen hundreds of accidents on the freeway, and cars have been totaled, and people just walked away from them without...
One driver in 4 is involved in an auto accident each year.
Oh, I couldn't be bothered. They're too confining.
I suppose a day doesn't go by that I don't get in the car.
And many of the ones who had accidents also had good excuses for not wearing safety belts.
I don't know. I never use them just to go shopping. Besides, they wrinkle my dress.
Some excuses are good for broken bones and skull fractures.
Around town, they feel uncomfortable. And I like to relax when I drive.
There are 1,000,001 excuses for not wearing safety belts. Some are real killers.
Let's find out what makes this Michigan team tick now. A team that wasn't picked to go high in the standings this year, but a team that gathered momentum as the season went along, and Kyle Rote will carry you along with them.
Heading up the Michigan running attack is tailback Billy Taylor, wearing jersey number 42. Taylor, a sophomore from Barberton, Ohio, a deceptively strong runner, 195 pounds, 5 feet 10 inches tall. Extremely difficult to bring down because of his relatively short height. He possesses a powerful leg drive, good speed, the ability to hit the hole with great quickness. And following injuries early in the season, Taylor has come on strong in the latter stages of the year. Goes into today's Rose Bowl game as the Wolverines' leading ground gainer. Constant threat to bring off the long gainers as you're looking at now. Perhaps the leader of the Michigan offense, quarterback Don Moorhead, a junior, one of the truly fine young quarterbacks in the country. Not only can he throw the ball well, as we see in these highlights, but his greatest asset to the Wolverines could possibly be his ability as a runner. Extremely strong, extremely cool under pressure, handling the complicated quarterback maneuvers with great poise. And this is Barry Pearson, one of the Wolverines' top kick return specialists, as well as defensive backs. But whether Pearson, with an arm injury, will be able to play today is still questionable, which really would put the Wolverines in a bind on kick returns. Just last week, Glenn Dowdy, the team's exciting young sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, injured his knee, underwent surgery to rob the Wolverines of the other half of this kick return combination. Pearson, 175 pounds, a 6-footer, wearing jersey 29. As you can see, not only a fine kick return man, but a very valuable asset in the Wolverines' defensive secondary. And if he can't play today, Michigan will sorely miss him. Well, obviously, the vaunted Southern California defensive unit's going to have its hands full this afternoon, trying to stop the running of tailback Billy Taylor. And also, Michigan's quarterback, Don Moorhead, is not only a fine passer, but considered an outstanding runner as well, so they'll have to watch out for that. As we mentioned, Glenn Dowdy out of the ball game with knee surgery this past week. Barry Pearson, a doubtful returner of kicks today, and of course that wipes out their two top kick return men, Kurt. And unless some of the young fellas who are unaccustomed to returning kicks turn in a great job this afternoon, I think they'll suffer a little bit in that department.
Well, Pearson has averaged 15 yards a punt return. He's a threat every time he's had his hands in the ball. And this probably is going to hurt the specialist kicking game of the University of Michigan today.
We'll understand also Pearson will be playing perhaps in the secondary, where he certainly has done a good job all season long.
Now let's take a look at the University of Southern California. Back again. They were undefeated this year, tied only by Notre Dame. And here are some of the highlights of the USC Trojans.
The Southern California running attack revolves around this young man, Clarence Davis, wearing jersey number 28, groomed as the successor to O.J. Simpson. And according to teams which have faced Davis, they claim he hits his holes in the line a little quicker than Simpson. In size, Davis is much like Michigan's Billy Taylor. Davis, 5'11", hitting the scales at 194, a powerful runner, good speed, and again, like Taylor, extremely difficult runner to bring down because of his low center of gravity. Davis is not only a top running threat, he's a better than average pass receiver, providing necessary blocking for his running mate at fullback, Charlie Evans. And invariably, Southern Cal's coach John McKay comes up with a great talent each year. And right now you're looking at sophomore quarterback Jimmy Jones, number 8. An extremely talented young man, a good-sized quarterback, 6'1", 190 pounds, probably throws the long ball a little better than the medium-range pass. And again, although you're seeing Jones in his role as a passer in these highlights, one of his great strengths is as a runner. And this afternoon, you'll be seeing Jones sprinting out to his right or to his left on the sprint option plays. Good-sized man, as we said, excellent maneuverability, good field general, and like Michigan's Don Moorhead, Jones also adept at throwing on the run, either going to his right or to his left, and as we said, just a sophomore. From Southern Cal's standpoint, it's the defensive unit that has captured the fancy of the crowds. The Wild Bunch, as the front five are called, head up what John McKay says is the best defensive team he's ever coached. Up front on that line, Charlie Weaver and Jim Gunn at the end positions, Tony Smith, Al Cowlings, two of the finest tackles in college football this year, and at middle guard, Willard Scott, all extremely quick, perhaps the fastest and toughest defensive line in college football today. That's the Wild Bunch who collectively pose the biggest problem for Michigan to solve this afternoon. We'll be back with more of today's Rose Bowl game in just a moment.
Been told not to play with fire.
Maybe I'm the one playing with fire.
Do you know who and what Nick Fontaine is? I know what people think he is.
This week on Bracken's World, a talented and beautiful young actress headed for stardom finds her career is seriously threatened by the notorious background of the man she loves.
Came out here 6 years ago from Tampa, Chicago, and Vegas. And you're a hood.
Nick Fontaine has a record of 5 felony arrests. I don't want you to see him anymore.
Dad, I can't give him up.
Well, why do you want to see Bracken? Marco wants me to.
We wanted you to break the ice in the picture business, but it didn't work out. And now you're going in for yourself.
Any way you want it. As long as you deal with Bracken. No, I won't do business with you. Because you're the Nick Fontaine.
See the drama of Backstage Hollywood on Bracken's World. Friday at 10, 9 Central Time on NBC.
Both squads have already taken their pregame warm-ups. Let's get more in the spirit now of this Rose Bowl game and go down the field with the 180 marching men of Michigan. We're just 15 minutes away from kickoff time now, and Kyle, Michigan has been established as a slight favorite in this game. Out here in the West Coast, they can't quite understand that.
Well, I think much of that is predicated, Kurt, on the fact that Michigan came up with that great game against Ohio State. Also, in the latter part of the season, they ran over most of their opposition. Southern Cal had some squeakers, so maybe it's understandable.
Well, that's it as we get ready for the Rose Bowl game. Stay tuned following station identification for the Rose Bowl game between Michigan and USC right here in Pasadena, California.
See Jimmy Durante, Judy Carr, and Leslie Uggams and James Garner with Andy Saturday night.
Hi, this is Pamela Tedesco, the Tournament of Roses Queen, here to welcome you to the 1970 Rose Bowl game from Pasadena, California. NBC Sports and the Pasadena Tournament of Roses takes this opportunity to wish all of you a very happy new year.
NBC Sports presents The 1970 Rose Bowl game. Featuring the Wolverines of the University of Michigan versus the Trojans of the University of Southern California. From Pasadena, California. Brought to you by Chrysler Corporation, makers of Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge trucks, and Simca and Sunbeam automobiles. Chrysler Corporation, engineering with care. By the 32,000 people of Eastern Airlines, Eastern, the wings of man. And by the 2,500 stores across the country that fix finger-licking good Kentucky Fried Chicken. With the San Gabriel Mountains in the background and a myriad of colors scattered throughout the crowd of 102,000, we're ready for the Rose Bowl game here in Pasadena. A perfect day for football. The temperature 65 degrees, a bright sunshiny day. The field will be lightning fast. Hi everybody, I'm Kurt Gowdy to call the play-by-play for you. Kyle Rowe will be analyzing the game. First of all, let us wish you a Happy New Year on behalf of the NBC Sports Department. And when Michigan upset Ohio State in one of the most stunning college football victories in the history of collegiate football, they earned the right to come here. They were the co-champs of the Big Ten. But it was a team that was gathering momentum from the middle of the season on that averaged over 40 points during its last 5 games. USC is getting to be a member of the family here in Pasadena, their 4th trip in a row. They were undefeated this year, tied once by Notre Dame, a team featuring probably the toughest front line in college football. To tell you more about what to look for today and some of the players, here is Kyle Rowe.
Well, as you pointed out, Kurt, Michigan, an offensive power, the University of Southern California, one of the top defensive units in all of college football this season. And I really think that one of the big problems that Southern Cal might have today is if Don Moorhead, the Michigan quarterback, begins to take advantage of the short passes. Southern Cal has had a great record defensively. One thing they have had a little problem with, and that is the short passes. Their linebackers, great against the run, have had a little difficulty against the pass, so we might look for Don Moorhead to put that ball up in the air a little bit more than usual. Right now, let's go down to the field, the Trojan Marching Band of the University of Southern California.
Marshals and the president of the Tournament of Roses are coming on also. And they'll be touring. There they are. The president of the Tournament of Roses, C. Lewis Edwards in the front seat. And our 3 Apollo 12 astronauts, Charles Conrad Jr., Richard F. Gordon Jr., and Ellen N. Bean in the Chrysler 300, honored as the Grand Marshals here at the Rose Bowl Parade this morning and are here at the game this afternoon. The queen of the Rose Bowl entered court in the Dodge Polara. Pamela Tedesca is the Rose Bowl queen this year. Her princesses are Christina Nurchis, Rebecca Gonzalez, Vicki Lynn Sugimoto, Patrice Hightower, Deborah Carroll, and Dixie Ann Watley. the Trojan horse, the mascot of the University of Southern California, Traveler 2, ridden by Richard Sacco. By the way, the horse threw its rider in the Stanford game. Beautiful animal, isn't it? That's the Trojan band going off. Here are three astronauts, Bean, Gordon, and Conrad. They've had a great time here. They've been very affable, really enjoying themselves. All three are sports fans. As Pete Conrad said, when we play football on the moon, we're going to have to change the rules. You can kick that ball a mile up there. This is the Queen in the white, and her princesses here. They're chosen from the schools in the Pasadena area, high schools and colleges and junior colleges. They have had over $500,000 improvements in this stadium since we were here last year. Complete new aluminum seats, over 90,000 of them, new load seats, recessed areas for the teams in the dugouts so they won't be blocking the view of the fans sitting down low. Additions to the lighting system as the Rose Bowl year after year progresses, continues to improve itself. You wonder from one year to the next how they can do that, but they do it. We come back here each year and it's just a little bit better. A shattering news to all of us that Bo Schembechler, the young rookie head coach of the University of Michigan, was taken to the hospital this morning. There are a lot of rumors swirling around of what is the matter with him. Kyle and I were with him Tuesday morning. As we looked at the Michigan films, he briefed us on his team. And after that meeting and went to practice, he became ill coming back, had an upset stomach. Evidently, he was ill again last night, was taken to the hospital for precautionary measures this morning. So, in his first year at Michigan, in his first big bowl game, he is unable to be here with his team. He is in the hospital. We're not going to pass along the rumors until we get official word of just what his ailment is. The word we have is he was taken there for precautionary measures. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Combined bands of Southern California, University of Michigan, under the direction of William Ravelli.
William D. Ravelli in the singing of our national anthem.
some of the outstanding players for Michigan and Southern California who will be playing here today in Pasadena.
The University of Michigan is beginning its 152nd year as an institute of higher learning. Michigan is proud of its reputation for academic excellence, and it's also proud of its athletic program, which has sent its Wolverines to 5 Rose Bowl games. Relaxing on campus, meet some of the standouts for the offensive line.
Dan Rudolph, Jr. from Canton, Ohio, and I'm an economics major.
Bob Baumgartner, senior from Chicago, Illinois. My major is economics.
I'm Dick Calderazza from the fine suburb of Chicago, Melrose Park, Illinois. I'm a senior and I also major in economics.
More of the fleet-footed offense discussing their attack.
My name is Garvey Craw. I'm from the town of Montclair in the great state of New Jersey. I'm a senior and my major is English.
My name is Jim Mandich. I'm a senior from Solon, Ohio. I'm majoring in economics.
My name is Billy Harris. I'm a junior from Mount Clemens, Michigan. I'm majoring in education.
My name is Don Moorhead. I'm a junior from South Haven, Michigan, and I'm an education major.
Flanked by the plaques of Michigan All-Americans are members of the defensive unit.
I'm Tom Curtis. I'm from Aurora, Ohio, and I'm a senior majoring in economics. I'm Barry Pearson, a senior from St. Ignace, Michigan, majoring in education.
I'm Peter Newell. My hometown is Park Ridge, Illinois, and I'm a junior majoring in philosophy. I'm Cecil Pryor from Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm a senior majoring in nuclear physics.
You just had an opportunity to meet some of the players on the University of Michigan football team. I think I speak for the entire squad and the coaches and the friends and alumni of the University of Michigan in saying that we're all looking forward to this great game this afternoon against the University of Southern California. And we're very thankful of the opportunity to represent the Big Ten Conference in this great classic.
The University of Southern California in Los Angeles, the oldest private coeducational university in the West. Founded in 1880, it's the home of the Trojans, first team to appear in 4 successive Rose Bowls. On the campus, noted for its beauty by the statue of Tommy Trojan, the backfield talks strategy.
My name is Charlie Evans. I'm from Gardena, California. My major is business administration, and I'm a junior.
Clarence Davis from Los Angeles, California. I'm a junior, majoring in sociology.
Bob Chandler, I'm a junior from Whittier, California, majoring in business management.
Jimmy Jones, sophomore, major business administration, hometown, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
And 2 members of the offensive line.
I'm Fred Kosigian from Selma, California. I'm a senior majoring in pre-medicine.
My name is John Vella. I live in Sherman Oaks in the San Fernando Valley. Major is business. I'm a sophomore.
Walking out of the Von Kleinsmith building, standouts of the defensive team.
Sandy Durko, hometown is West Covina, California, a marketing major and a senior. Jerry Shaw, I'm a senior from Claremont, California, a finance major. Bob Jensen from Anaheim, California. I'm a senior majoring in dentistry.
Hal Collins, senior, major public administration, San Francisco, California.
And now let's meet 2 other standouts for the defensive unit.
I'm Jimmy Gunn. I'm a senior majoring in physical education. I'm from San Diego, California.
I'm Charles Weaver. I'm from Richmond, California. I'm a junior, and my major is physical therapy.
I'm John McKay, football coach at the University of Southern California, and we're looking forward to playing a great team today in the University of Michigan. They look to be one of the very fine teams in the country, and we certainly hope that we're able to play real well.
In the Cotton Bowl and a seesaw 4th period, Texas came from behind with 1 minute to go, defeated Notre Dame 21-17. Those are the Trojans coming on the field. In the 4th period, Ole Miss is leading Arkansas in the Sugar Bowl 27-22. This is the Rose Bowl. Michigan's coming on. And after this, right here on NBC, you'll watch the Orange Bowl from Miami with Penn State, undefeated in its last 29 games, meeting the powerhouse team from the Big 8, Missouri. Michigan and USC are ready for the opening kickoff. We'll be right back for the start of the 1970 Rose Bowl game.
In some parts of the world, Plymouth Duster could be considered one of those imported economy cars. Was ist das? Amerikanische Car. Das ist der Duster. In Deutschland? Oh. It will be driven by young secretaries who enjoy parking in about 3/4 of a parking space and who like the mileage of a 198 cubic inch engine. A boon to growing families who need plenty of room. A joy to smart students who need transportation but don't have much money. It'll be owned by sports who appreciate a torsion bar suspension, and it will be understood by those who appreciate a machine that is easy to maintain. Duster. It's small enough but big enough.
We should build one so good. We will build one so good.
Look out, little economy cars, wherever you are. Here comes Duster. Nobody makes it like Plymouth makes it.
Michigan has just won the toss. Their captain is Jim Mandich, number 88. Bob Jensen, number 51, and Jim Gunn, 83, are the co-captains of USC. The referee today is going to be Ross Dean. The umpire, James Lineberger. The head linesman is Jim Langhurst. The field judge is James Darr, and the back judge is Don Wedge. Michigan will be in the dark blue, the blue and the gold. USC in their white with their cardinal helmets and cardinal numerals. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. This is Kurt Gowdy and Kyle Rote now as we're ready for the kickoff. Michigan won the toss, has elected to receive. The goal that Southern Cal will defend has a slight breeze, 4 or 5 miles an hour. Here is the Michigan lineup. The tight end will be Jim Mandich, their All-American. Deerdorf will be at left tackle. They will be flopping around, playing on both sides. Kellerazzo will be a guard. Murdoch is the center. Baumgartner is at guard. Harpring is a tackle. And the other end will be Billy Harris. Moorhead will be the quarterback. Billy Taylor the running back. Darby Craw the fullback. And Preston Henry will be a flanker. Deep now are Bill Taylor and Preston Henry. Kicking off will be Ron Ayala for USC. Taylor's on the far side. Preston Henry will be on the near side. Michigan a slight favorite against an undefeated team. It's a squibbler. And it's touched by Taylor and goes out of bounds. Hit his leg, and I believe he deflected it with his hand, and Michigan will be in a hole here at the outset. And they're going against the toughest front five in college football. The Wild Bunch, they call them, because they play like that, like the shoot-'em-up Western. Michigan runs the option series. Their quarterback is Don Moorhead, number 27. They have split Billy Harris to the right. In motion goes Gabler. And the give is to the fullback, Darby Craw, who picks up 2 yards to his 12-yard line, where Tony Terry is in there. And Kyle, we see something unusual already. For the first time in the season, USC is using a 6-man line.
Well, we will see this every time Tony Terry gets into the ball game, number 74. He and Willard Scott will be playing the 2 inside men. So we can look for the 6-man line, the 5. They also run the 4.
Taylor fumbles the ball and just recovers it. Number 83, Jimmy Gunn, overshot the fumbler. He would have recovered it. So far, the sophomore sensation of Michigan, Bill Taylor, having some troubles. No gain. It's on the 12-yard line. It's 3rd down, 8 to go. Coming out is Harris. And going in is Mike Oldham. 3rd and 8. Moorhead off to Taylor. Taylor, who averaged 150 yards a game in the games he started this year. The last 5, brings it to the 14, where he's hit by Greg Slough, the big linebacker, and Mike Halachek. And now with 4th down, we're going to have a punting situation. Pete Saranis goes in to snap the ball, and Mark Werner, who's averaged 40 yards a kick, will be doing the booting. Tyrone Hudson and Sandy Durko. Durko covering the far side, and Tyrone Hudson the near side are deep for USC. A line drive boot taken by Durko on his 45. To the 50. Fumbles the ball and comes up with it on the Michigan 44. Both these teams, Kyle, seem to be tight here at the opening.
I wouldn't be quite surprised at all. Not only is it the Rose Bowl game, which of course is incentive enough, but as we have discussed before, the national rankings certainly are playing a part in this ball game. Michigan ranked 8th in some areas. Southern Cal ranked as high as 4th by some polls.
That was a 45-yard punt and a 9-yard return. Sophomore Jim Jones from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Pitches to Clarence Davis. He's out of bounds, and he skips out on the 41 or 40-yard line of Michigan. Pete Newell, the very quick right tackle of Michigan, drove him out. USC will have his tight end, number 86, Jerry Collins. Bella and Rupert are at the tackles. Kasajian and Yeri at guards. Redding at center. Jones, number 8, will be the quarterback. Clarence Davis, 28, the tailback. Evans, the fullback, 33, and Chandler, the flanker. Second down, 6 to go. USC just short of the Michigan 40. To Davis. Davis jammed up at the 35 of Michigan, hit there by Mike Taylor, number 33, and by number 55, Cecil Pryor. They're short of a first down by a yard. Third down and a yard to go for USC. More renowned this year for their defense than for their offense. Right now, the offense is moving. Clarence Davis, who just carried the ball, replaced O.J. Simpson and gained over 1,200 yards this year. Scored 9 touchdowns, averaged 4.5 yards a carry. 3rd and 1. Davis trying to get outside. He has his first down. He's to the 33-yard line of Michigan. He was driven out by Curtis, number 25, the safety man. And that was Davis going hard into the Michigan bench.
And throughout the afternoon, we will see both of these clubs utilizing their tailbacks. And both of them they're pretty much alike. Not too tall, about 5'10", 190 pounds. Run with a very low point of gravity, very difficult to knock off their feet. They managed to get that extra yardage.
Covington, 39's in at fullback, replacing Charlie Evans, number 33. First down USC on the Michigan 33. It's off to Davis, the 30, ripping away inside the 25, and to the Michigan 23. Breaking tackles along the way. Tom Darden, he's not called the monster, but the Wolfman finally brought him down. USC has another first down. Their second in a row. Southern Cal now is on the Michigan 23. Today's Rose Bowl game being brought to you in living color on NBC. If it's really special, it's on NBC. Davis already has carried 4 times for 21 yards. No score early in the first period. The pitch to Davis. He's inside the 20 to the 17 of Michigan. Upended there by number 33, Mike Taylor, the sophomore linebacker from Detroit, Michigan. Clarence Davis is 5'11", a junior college boy who broke O.J. Simpson's ground-gaining record for junior college players here in California. He'll have another year of eligibility. The ball right now is on the Michigan 17. Second down 4 for USC. Davis goes out at tailback, and Mike Berry comes in. They want to give Davis a breather. They're in a slot right, with Chandler in the slot and Dickerson flanked outside. On the ground again to go, and that's Mike Berry, a junior of Minneapolis, who was hit there by number 82, Pete Newell, the tackle, and Cecil Pryor, the end, number 55. Spotted on the 13, 3rd and a short yard to go.
And we'll see both of these clubs using what is a sprint-out type of draw play. Actually, they sprint out, hand off to the tailback. In this case, it would be Jones handing out to Clarence Davis. Usually a draw play, but they'll run it almost any place on the field.
3rd and a short yard. Jones to Berry, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Blitzing through there, Mike Taylor. Taylor shot along with Bruce Elliott, who just gone in as defensive halfback, replacing Barry Pearson. It is on the 14-yard line of Michigan, 4th down and 1.5 yards to go. And they're going for it. The Trojan fans root them on. Sophomore Jim Jones asks his hometown fans to quiet down. Gives it to Barry. Barry is jammed up. Looks like he stopped. Mike Taylor hit him again. Taylor roaming all over this field, helped by the left halfback, Elliott, and the big save by Michigan as they stop the USC drive on their own 14, and Michigan takes over. We have a timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Michigan nothing, Southern California nothing.
In 1965, we developed an experimental blade called EB7, stainless steel with a plastic coating. Today, we've developed a better blade. Not EB8, 9, or 10. It's EB11 with a new platinum alloy edge that's harder than stainless and more durable than chrome. To shave you not just cleaner, but smoother. EB11. We call it Gillette Platinum Plus. The blade you've always wanted, and more.
In Kellogg's Corn Flakes, you get more of the marvelous things in store for you in corn. You get more of the marvelous richness, more of the marvelous flavor, more of the marvelous nourishment of corn to savor.
You get more going for you with Kellogg's Corn Flakes. More good corn taste, morning freshness, wake up crispness.
More of the marvelous moreness of corn.
Michigan taking over on their 14-yard line. Flanking Bill Harris to the right. Henry's in his flanker now, Preston Henry. That was Taylor resetting. They give to the fullback, Darby Craw. With Tony Terry, a tackle, and Bob Jensen, a linebacker, stopping him on the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 for Michigan, 2nd and 6. This is a team that makes very few mistakes. They fumble the ball only 7 times this year, set a new big-time record for the fewest fumbles, and had only 6 passes intercepted. 13 giveaways all year. Henry's out. Bursting through is Billy Taylor. Bill Taylor gets the first down for Michigan. And he's out to his own 27-yard line.
And that's that little delayed sprint-out draw play, however you want to describe it. Again, where Moorhead goes out, Taylor just sort of lags back. It's a delayed type of block for all of the linemen, which makes it much better for the offensive linemen blocking. They don't have to hold their blocks as long.
They're in a slot left. First down on their 27. Taylor again, diving to his 30.5-yard line. With Bob Jensen, number 51. And number 74, Tony Terry, upending him there. Mike Oldham has just checked in as in, replacing the split end Bill Harris. 2nd down, 6 to go for Michigan, no score, 9.5 to play in the first period. Keeper by the quarterback, Moorhead, to his 35-yard line. They may put him down short of that, though. Moorhead, a junior, very smooth operator, good option runner, and has hit 50% of his passes. Charlie Weaver, the left end, and Bob Jensen, the right linebacker, stop him. 3rd down now. 2 to go. Third and 2 for Michigan from their 34. Moorhead on the keeper, and he stopped right on the line of scrimmage. No gain. Jerry Shaw, the safety man, came up to get him, number 46, and 84, Charlie Weaver, pinched him in the left end. USC has 2 of the quickest defensive ends in football, in Weaver, number 84, and Jim Gunn, 83. Gunn made All-American this year. So Michigan is forced to punt again. Mark Werner will punt with Pete Saranis snapping the ball back. Sandy Durko on the far side, Tyrone Hudson on the near side to receive the punt. Their catch being called by Durko on his 26-yard line. USC's ball. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Michigan nothing and USC nothing. See what this is all about. Yeah.
When Fred gets a Plymouth Fury Grand Coupe, you can bet the carpool will hear about it. Hey, Annie! And who can blame a man for bragging about his air conditioning or pointing out upholstery that matches the roof? What the boys don't know won't hurt them.
You get a promotion, Fred?
If they want to think you spent extra money for power steering, brakes, radio, a big V8 and air conditioning, well, there's no need to tell them. It's standard equipment. Unless, of course, some big mouth gets a car like yours.
Strike it rich, too, Jack?
Oh, my new Fury. Well, you know, with all those options of standard equipment, the price was just too good to pass up. Right, Fred?
The all-new Fury Grand Coupe has more standard equipment per dollar than any other car in America. Right, Fred? Nobody makes it like Plymouth makes it.
USC's ball on their 26. Jones will be the quarterback, Davis the tailback, Evans the fullback, and Chandler the flanker. Chandler split right, Dickerson goes to the left. To Davis. And Clarence Davis is hauled down on his 29-yard line by Mike Taylor and Fred Grambo. Grambo's the left tackle, 92. Taylor's 33, who's been in many tackles already for Michigan. Second down 7 for the Trojans, who have gone undefeated in their last 21 regular season games in a row. They were beaten by Ohio State here in the Rose Bowl. USC nothing. See what this is all about. Yeah.
When Fred gets a Plymouth Fury Grand Coupe, you can bet the carpool will hear about it. Hey, Annie! And who can blame a man for bragging about his air conditioning or pointing out upholstery that matches the roof? What the boys don't know won't hurt them.
You get a promotion, Fred?
If they want to think you spent extra money for power steering, brakes, radio, a big V8 and air conditioning, well, there's no need to tell them. It's standard equipment. Unless, of course, some big mouth gets a car like yours.
Strike it rich, too, Jack?
Oh, my new Fury. Well, you know, with all those options of standard equipment, the price was just too good to pass up. Right, Fred?
The all-new Fury Grand Coupe has more standard equipment per dollar than any other car in America. Right, Fred? Nobody makes it like Plymouth makes it.
USC's ball on their 26. Jones will be the quarterback, Davis the tailback, Evans the fullback, and Chandler the flanker. Chandler split right, Dickerson goes to the left. To Davis. And Clarence Davis is hauled down on his 29-yard line by Mike Taylor and Fred Grambo. Grambo's the left tackle, 92. Taylor's 33, who's been in many tackles already for Michigan. Second down 7 for the Trojans, who have gone undefeated in their last 21 regular season games in a row. They were beaten by Ohio State here in the Rose Bowl last year, tied by Notre Dame during the season. Second and 7. The fullback, Charlie Evans, who averaged 4.3 a carry this year, short yardage to his 31-yard line. Grambo and the middle guard, Henry Hill, number 39, the smallest but the quickest member of the Michigan front five.
You know, Kurt, we've had so much talk about the Southern Cal defensive unit, but Michigan's defensive team must be a pretty fair team, too. Looking at some of the scores, beating Minnesota 35-9, beating Wisconsin 35-7, Illinois 57-0, Iowa 51-0, Washington 45-7. Pretty solid.
Third and 5 for USC on their 31. Davis going over as a slot man. Jones back for his first pass. He's a good scrambler. And he's out of bounds. They're going to spot him out on his 32-yard line. Jones can get outside, scrambles around, Pete Newell was the man that pushed him out. So USC stopped on their series. They have a 4th down and 4 with Tom Curtis and Bruce Elliott going back as punt returners. Ron Ayala will be doing the punting. He's averaged 38 yards a punt this year. Michigan likes to return their punts down the middle. That's a beautiful kick taken by Elliott to the 25, to the 30, and he's hit and dropped on his 34 by Clarence Davis. A good block throw in there by Tom Curtis, number 25. On the 34-yard line in Michigan territory, the Wolverines ball. We have no score. 6:26 to play. The Orange Bowl follows the Rose Bowl game. Penn State of Missouri. Stay tuned to NBC for the Orange Bowl right after the conclusion of the Rose Bowl game. Don Moorhead to Bill Taylor. And the Wild Bunch is in on him that time. That's Toady Smith, the little brother of Bubba Smith, Michigan State All-American with the Baltimore Colts. And the little brother weighs 247 pounds. He goes up and down between 240 and 263. He can outrun the backs in the USC backfield. He's that quick. That was a loss now of 3 yards, a 2nd down, 13. Henry's in. Hankowitz has gone out. 2nd and 13 for Michigan. Moorhead shoots it on the run, and it's incomplete. Intended for their All-American, number 88, Jim Mandich, covered by Jerry Shaw, number 46, the safety man.
Jerry Shaw making an excellent move. He was in great position on Mandich, waiting until Moorhead let that ball go, then moved in just a step too late, or he would have had an interception.
These are the new recessed benches they put in here at the Rose Bowl to help the spectators who are down low see the game better. On 3rd down, Moorhead is throwing deep, and it is incomplete to Bill Harris, number 80. He was covered by number 16, Sandy Durko, and number 46, Jerry Shaw, who came over to free safety to give double coverage. 4th down and 13 for Michigan. Soranis will come in and snap, and Mark Werner will go in a punt formation. Sandy Durko and Tyrone Hudson will be back at the double safety. .540 to go. In the first period, no score. Kick is away, not too deep. Fumble there. Recovered by USC. Durko fell on the ball after Hudson fumbled it. Sometimes that's the value of that double safety. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Michigan nothing and USC nothing.
Ball is on the 36-yard line.
There's a link between man and bird, as between two dreams. The dream of flight and the dream of freedom. For to fly, to soar and glide, to speed through the sky, is to be free. At Eastern Airlines, we never forget the challenge of that dream, to make man as at home in the sky as he is on land, to be the wings of man. Eastern Airlines, the wings of man.
These are Michigan fans. And a tailback replacing Clarence Davis for USC is Mike Berry. Southern Cal's ball on their 36th first down. In motion goes the flanker, Chandler, number 10. That's their draw. And Mike Berry. And as Kyle Rowe told you, they both run the same kind of a draw. So running it out of a sprint out pattern. The USC coach, Jim McKay. This is the Chuck Stobart, the offensive backfield coach. Coach Bo Schembechler is not with his team today. He's in the hospital. He's had a reoccurrence of symptoms, and we're not going to have any official announcement until tests are being run today. But he's not here in his first big chance in a big ball game. He's doing a miraculous job with his team. The keeper by Jimmy Jones, belted out by number 70, Marty Huff, the left linebacker, number 70. Here's a boy, one of the most highly sought after graduating high school seniors 2 years ago from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Over 60 colleges offered him athletic scholarships, and he chose to come to USC. He's only completed 40% of his passes this year, but he's completed them at the right time in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the games.
You know, Kurt, both he and Moorhead, extremely durable quarterbacks, as we say. Not only good passers, outstanding runners in their own right.
Now 3rd and 1 for USC on their 41. Big hole open that time, and over the 50, and into Michigan territory goes Mike Berry for a first down. Cecil Pryor brought him down. The Trojans ball, first down on the Michigan 48.
Here you can see this play again. Number 56, Bill Redding, making his block. Wayne Yerry, number 60. This is Mike Berry, 23. He alternates with Clarence Davis at that tailback spot.
Southern Cal now in the Michigan 48, first down, no score, 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. Humphrey Covington, number 39, the fullback, brings it to the 44 of Michigan. Marty Huff and Mike Taylor, the 2 linebackers, dropping. Today's Rose Bowl game will be seen in Great Britain, marking the first time American football will be televised outside the Western Hemisphere. Football, anyone? Second down, 6. Barry's in motion. That's Charlie Evans now, who's come back in at fullback. Look at him go. And it took Taylor to bring him down as he goes to the Michigan 33 and another USC first down. Charlie Evans, a junior from Gardena, California.
And Jimmy Jones calling some excellent plays. Earlier, Michigan was in an even man spacing, a 4-man line or a 6-man spacing. They have since switched back to the odd man spacing with Henry Hill right over Bill Redding, the center. That time Jones, instead of going up the middle as he had been successful with Humphrey Covington a moment ago, decides to go off tackle with the big split between Fred Gambo and Mike Keller.
Kyle Moore on Coach Bo Schembechler. The 2 team doctors of Michigan said they will not be able to evaluate the tests that are being run on him today, and until they do, they will not make an official diagnosis. The defensive coordinator, Jim Young, is the acting coach of Michigan today. So far in this game, Davis for USC has gained 30 yards, Berry is 15, Evans is 12, Jones has 5. USC's been playing a ball control game. They've gone to the air once. Haven't passed yet. First down now, USC on the Michigan 33. The keeper by Jones. He's wrapped up by number 70, Marty Huff, who made all Big Ten. You can see why. He weighs 225 and is very quick. No gain, second down 10 for Southern California on the Michigan 33. Dickerson has come back in his flanker with Terry DeCry going out for USC. They're in a slot right. Chandler's a slot man. Dickerson outside him. Now Chandler coming back. Evans, a fullback to the 29 of Michigan. He's hit by number 70, Huff, and by Pryor, number 55. Michigan flops their defensive players. Pryor, Darden, the monster Wolfman, Healy, and Taylor will all go to the side of the field. That's the open side, or the wide side of the field. They try and get their quickest men where there's the most room, the most open room. Third down and 6 to go. DeCry's back in, and Dickerson goes out as flanker. Southern Cal already has rolled up 70 yards on the ground. Jones' pass wide open and out of bounds goes Terry DeCry, a junior from Long Beach, California.
And you can see this particular route. Terry DeCry going down, working on Bruce Elliott, number 21, and sent Jim Jones really firing that ball. He is, we watched him out in practice earlier this week. If he has any bad habit, I guess, Kurt, it would be to perhaps overthrow his receiver if his timing's not good. Very rarely will he underthrow him.
He's right on target then. First down, Trojans on the Michigan 19. Charlie Evans banging up the middle. Pryor angling in from in, number 55. Marty Huff, number 70, the linebacker, converging. It's on the 17-yard line. Second down, 8 to go. And now Al Carpenter, 94, comes in. And coming out is Mike Keller's defensive end. Second and 8 for Southern Cal on the Michigan 17. Covington's in at fullback. Charlie Evans has gone out for USC. Chandler's in motion. Wide open at the 10. A little hook pattern. Terry DeCry sort of curled in or hooked back again. They're working on Elliott, the defensive left halfback, who's a replacement for Barry Pearson, the starter.
And again, where DeCry went to the outside before, he does the little turn in. And again, working against Bruce Elliott. And we see, when you get another chance to see the alignment, defensive alignment of Michigan, we talk about a 5-man defensive line. Their alignment, Kurt, you'll see, even though we call it a 5-man line, the two outside men, Cecil Pryor, 55, and now Al Carpenter, 94, who's in the ballgame, they'll be standing up like linebackers more than actually 5-man line ends.
It's third down now and inches to go for Southern Cal on the Michigan 9-yard line. McCoy's gone in as a lineman, and Darden, a defensive back, goes out. Evans is back in at fullback. Quarterback sneak by Jones. He should have it. First down and 8 to go for a USC touchdown. Well, here's our deepest penetration of this game so far. Now Darden and Al Francis, a middle guard, are coming in. Going out, Healy, a defensive back, and Newell, a tackle. Michigan getting his goal line defense in. Southern Cal's ball, first down on the Michigan 8. No score, nearing the end of the first period. Mike Berry is stopped, maybe for a loss that time, by Marty Huff, number 70, and Fred Grambo, number 92. Let's make it second down, 8.5 to go for a Southern Cal touchdown. Huff has come out. Moore replaces him as linebacker. Michigan shuttling players in and out of this game. Barry is stopped on the 7. Must be something wrong with Clarence Davis. He hasn't been in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Their top ground gainer. He's been replaced by Mike Berry, who doesn't have... Well, he's about as heavy, an inch or two shorter. Cecil Pryor and Mike Taylor stopped him. Third down now and 7 to go for a Southern Cal touchdown on the Michigan 7-yard line. We're in the last minute of play of the first period. Chandler's flanked to the right. Here's a sprint out. The throw is to Chandler. Trying to make that diving catch. Tom Darden, number 35, was back to cover him. And now on fourth down, Ron Ayala is coming in. Jimmy Jones will hold. Ayala's kicked 5 field goals this year out of 8 attempts. This will be a slight angle from the near side. They're going to spot the ball at the 15, which will make it a 25-yard field goal attempt. And his kick is good. Southern Cal had a drive from their 35 to the Michigan 7. Stopped on fourth down. They kicked the field goal. They're first in the scoreboard with 30 seconds to go in the first period. USC leading now 3-0. You know, the Big Ten Conference resumed its fine relationship with the Pacific 8 in its 56th Rose Bowl game. Additionally, the Big Ten and Pacific 8 maintain regular season football competition along with a rivalry in 10 other sports. Today marks the 26th Rose Bowl meeting between these two conferences. Billy Taylor and Preston Henry. John McKay now has seen his team score. Ron Ayala, who just kicked the 25-yard field goal, will kick off. Henry's closest to you, Taylor on the far side. It's a booming kick on the goal line to Henry. Henry's to the 10. Good coverage. Anytime you stop a team from getting out to the 20, you're successful on that kickoff. And Michigan will take over now on their own 12-yard line with a first down. Michigan's been pinned back in its own territory. It has not had field position yet in this game. Don Moorhead brings them out. Quickly to Billy Taylor. Taylor's to the 17-yard line in Michigan, where he's stopped by Crazy Horse Mike Halachek and the middle guard Willard Scott, number 71.
You know, Kurt, most of the regular season, Southern Cal's defensive strength has come from their 5-man line. However, we've seen them mostly in the 6-man line.
There's the whistle. That's the end of the first quarter to the 1970 Rose Bowl game with a score. Southern California 3 and Michigan nothing.
What am I going to do with you? Why, Marvin, why? You're a normal boy. You should have normal desires. Why couldn't you get a big car like your brother, the doctor? Or even a funny little car like your sister, the soldier? No, you had to get banana cuda.
Barracuda, Mama. Barracuda.
Carabuda. So who can tell the way it looks? Like a spaceship and so sporty with those, well, what do you call them? Those torsion barbers for the suspension?
Torsion bars, Mama, for stability.
Yeah, you should be so stable. And all these obstacles. What's this? A stick slip shifter?
That's a slapstick
An overhead constable?
Console.
And buckling seats?
Bucket seats, Mama.
And look at those instruments. What are you, an airplane pilot or something? A normal car isn't good enough. You had to be fancy schmancy.
Mama, believe me, it makes it.
So when are you going to get a haircut? Look at you, believe me.
When normal isn't good enough, Plymouth makes it.
Kyle Road again as we start the second period. Michigan's ball on their 12-yard, 17-yard line now with a second down and 5. Gabler in motion. Taylor bucking his way to the 20-yard line, nudging over to the 21. Tony Terry, number 74, stopping him there.
You know, Kurt, when you're facing a team as quick and as light, generally light speaking, as Southern California's defensive unit is, usually you're better off going right at them because they may not have the strength to stop the straight-ahead plays. Anything that takes any length of time to develop is sort of playing right into their hands because of this great lateral reaction they have.
Third down and a long yard to go. Moorhead's throwing, wide open. Jim Mandich, the All-American in, and he's out of bounds. Great call by Don Moorhead. USC digging in to stop the play going for the first down. Moorhead had the fake, he had the rollout, and he had the toss to Mandich.
Here we see Mandich all alone, and as Kurt described, it was he was freed up out in that secondary basically because of Moorhead's faking in that backfield, pulled the linebackers in, left him out on Hudson and Shaw all alone.
Taylor rams his way to the 47-yard line. Those plays don't look like they're making much, but 3 or 4 yards after the untangle. That's like the old dive tackle play off the split tee. Everybody'd be standing up, you'd part them, and it'd be 2nd and 5. Second down, 6. Bill Harris checks out. Mike Oldham has replaced him as split end. Michigan now for the first time is getting some field position. They're trailing 3-0. We just started the second period. There's their draw. It's to Taylor, and he's to the 50-yard line. They start that draw with a quarterback running a sprint-out pattern and giving off, and Taylor is injured. Seems to have his forehead or head injured, and Michigan has called for a timeout. So action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is USC 3 and Michigan nothing.
I'm Colonel Harold Sanders, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Hey, you two coming?
You go ahead, honey. I want to talk to these folks a little bit longer. And now, I said Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's only one way to cook Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that's my way. We always use plump, young broilers, always fresh, never frozen chicken. It's cut in pieces, and each piece is dipped in milk and egg wash, then into seasoned flour, in which we have the 11 different spices and herbs for flavor. One more thing, folks. It's the only way that you're going to get chicken that is finger-licking good. And I'd be mighty proud to have you try Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken. Mighty proud. Excuse me a moment, will you please? Hey, look at there. Didn't I tell you it was finger-licking good?
Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have to visit me.
Billy Taylor has been taken out. Lance Scheffler, number 45, replaces him. Glenn Dowdy was injured. He's out with a knee operation. Lost him, and now Taylor's out. Here's a Moorhead with number 84, jumping right on him, Charlie Weaver. Tremendous charge by this wild bunch of USC. Only 2 teams this season, Nebraska and University of Washington, gained over 100 yards on the ground against Southern Cal. And they can put that fierce pass rush on. The only passer they never really got to was Jim Plunkett of Stanford. Now on 4th down, Werner's in a punt formation. Durko and Hudson are deep. Beautiful kick. Durko takes it on his 12. He's smothered. A flag goes down. A clipping. We've had a clipping. And this is going to put USC back in a hole. Jim Manich went down to wrap him up. This penalty will be half the distance to the goal. Spotted on the USC 8-yard line, a personal foul clipping. Remember, the Senior Bowl will be on NBC Saturday, January 10th, 2 o'clock Eastern Time from Mobile, Alabama. Lou Saban of Denver and Don Shula of Baltimore will be the coaches, AFL and NFL coaches. Barry Pearson's gone back in as defensive halfback now. USC on their own 8 first down. Jones to Berry has a big hole, and Mike Berry runs it out to his 18. Clarence Davis is not injured. They're just giving him a breather, and right now Mike Berry's running that ball in pretty good fashion. Barry Pearson made the tackle on him.
Southern Cal doing an excellent job of blocking against this Michigan line. Michigan slanting on their defensive maneuvers, and all you have to do to be successful, I should say, if you can do it, block off one of the men who is slanting, and the other man will take himself and open up that hole, create his own hole.
Southern Cal in a slot right. Second down and a foot to go. Berry, finding daylight, has the first down to the USC 21-yard line. He's hit by Ed Moore, the second-string linebacker, number 97. Southern Cal on their 21. They now have had 7 first downs in the game to 2 for Michigan. And since Berry's been in there, he has picked up 29 yards and 9 carries. He's going out. He gets a hand, and Clarence Davis has replaced him now as the tailback or the deep man on the eye. Southern Cal leading 3-0. Just under 12 minutes to play in the first half. The draw to Davis ran into his own man that time. That was his fullback, Charlie Evans, and Cecil Pryor had an easier time to make the stop after Davis had been slowed up. On the 23-yard line, second down, 8 to go for Southern Cal. Taylor comes in at linebacker, replacing Ed Moore. Terry DeCry, a split to the right. Bob Chandler's in the slot. Second down, 8. First man through is Evans. Evans to the 30. Darden, 35. Number 90, Mike Keller, and number 70, Marty Huff on him. So USC Grinding it out today on the ground. So far has outpowered Michigan. Here's Mike Berry coming back in the game, replacing Clarence Davis. And USC now has a 3rd and 1. Chandler going in motion. Keeper by Jones. Jones is decked on the 30. No gain, and he's hit by Tom Curtis. What a charge from that safety position. He came up there on the dead run and threw his body at him and knocked him out and stopped him short of the first down. Curtis, an All-American safety this year on many of the honor teams. 4th down, a yard to go. Ayala's in to do the punting for USC. And now Pearson is coming out, and Elliott drops back with Curtis, double safety. A low one gets over the head of Elliott. He lost it in the sun, I think, there. As he tried to feel, you see him duck his head. It rolls to the 20-yard line. It wasn't a pretty kick, but it was effective. And it'll be Michigan's ball, 1st down, once again pinned in their own territory. Michigan Athletics under director Don Canham really looking to the future. They have new synthetic grass fields, 2 of them. Renovations in locker and training facilities. Michigan on the move. Look to the future. And with a rich tradition of past years, molding a new program under Don Canham. On 1st down, Lance Scheffler, who has replaced Bill Taylor's running back, is stopped on his 23-yard line by Tony Terry. So Michigan will have a 2nd down, 7 to go. The score is USC 3, Michigan nothing. 10 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the 1st half. Billy Harris goes out. Mike Oldham comes in a split end. He's flanked to the right. USC using that 6-man line. The quick one from Mandich. Quick pop to Mandich to the 29. It was raised up and hit him. And it was Jim Gunn, the right end, who stopped him. And number 51, Bob Jensen.
Here's the play again. Moorhead going back. And there you see Mandich right at the bottom of your screen, cutting right in front of Bob Jensen, number 51.
All right, Oldham is out. Bill Harris is back in. It's 3rd down, a yard to go for Michigan on their own 29. Lance Scheffler has the 1st down. 1st down for Michigan. There was Tony Terry on the tackle, number 74. Look down that line of scrimmage now when USC lines up. And with the addition of Terry, he's really a tackle. They have 3 of their tackles in the game now. You're seeing USC for the first time this year in a 6-man line. There it is. Moorhead's toss is complete to the 39. What a pair of hands that Mandich has. He can take them away from people.
Kurt, I'm not sure, but I would think we would see Southern Cal go back to perhaps their 5-man line if Moorhead continues to be successful with these short passes. Of course, they stripped themselves of a little help in that secondary when they put up that 6-man front.
2nd down, 5 for Michigan on their 38. Moorhead to Lance Scheffler. And Scheffler's to his 44. And that'll be another 1st down for Michigan. Bob Jensen stopped him. The hole was open. The lead man was Garvey Craw, the fullback that time, number 48. And here comes Oldham in, number 84, and going out is Billy Harris. So Michigan now has 4 1st downs. USC has 7. Michigan's on their 44. They're trailing the Trojans 3-0. 8.5 to go in the 1st half. Looking for the sideline pattern to Oldham. Mike Oldham took it. Just one of those sideline hitches, and Tyrone Hudson, the defensive right halfback. Mike Halachek, the linebacker, brought him down on the Southern Cal 49. Let me check my play chart here. This is Michigan's first penetration into the University of Southern California territory in this 1st half. With 7:56 to go now. They have a 2nd down and 3. And Lance Scheffler over the 45 to the USC 44. Darby Craw blocking for him again, and the Wolverines have a first down. Charlie Weaver, the left end, and Mike Haluchek, the linebacker, made the stop. And now we have the first long sustained drive by Michigan. They're settling down now. They're without their coach today, who's in the hospital. Moorhead quickly to Mandy. Fumble. Michigan's ball. It's a completed pass. Mandage had control, and Scheffler recovered it.
And here again you see Moorhead going back, hitting Mandich again right over the middle. And as Kurt pointed out earlier, what a big, strong receiver he is. Ball was called down at the point of where he hit the ground, beyond the 38.
Michigan on the USC 38-yard line. Second down and 4. That's Scheffler. He had a hole, but it's plugged by Crazy Horse Haluchek, number 50. Really angle in there to hit him. That's a way to plug up holes, and that was a gaping hole open for him. They call him Crazy Horse because he plays so wild. Third down and a yard to go. Oldham is out. Harris is in a split in for Michigan. Oldham stays in. Third down, a yard to go. Scheffler trying to get the first down. They'll have a measurement probably on this one as Al Cowlings, the left tackle, and Willard Scott, the middle guard, got underneath the play. That's Cowlings, 72. Who had 80 tackles this last year, and Scott, 71, getting up, is the middle guard. First down, Michigan. Today's Rose Bowl game being brought to you in living color on NBC. If it's really special, it's on NBC. John Gabler's coming in now, and going out is Hankwitz. Michigan's ball on the USC 34. Michigan started this drive on their own 20. They're trailing 3-0. They'll make the intercepted ball for Scott. An incomplete pass. Cowlings with Geisman for it. Al Cowlings, number 72. O.J. Simpson and he went to high school and junior college together, and he's arguing he caught that ball.
And you know, the thing that prevented him actually from catching it was Don Moorhead himself. Moorhead diving in there as that ball was coming down and hitting Cowling.
Second down, 10 for Michigan. Gabler's out. Hankwitz has gone in as flanker. 6 minutes to go in the half. That's their draw play, and Scheffler is just short of the USC 30. He was taken there by Willard Scott.
One reason this draw play is working successfully for Michigan is that as Southern Cal looks at the play, they're getting a good strong move out to the side. The tackles are moving out with the play, and of course they're trying to seal off that middle. And as the runner cuts back, the defensive players are actually taking themselves out of the play.
Jerry Insolin now has come in it in. Number 86. Moorhead's toss, and he was rushed hard by 72. Al Cowlings, who knocked him down as he let the ball go. The pass was intended for Mandich down the middle. Tremendous pass rush by Cowlings that time. We have a new view for the spectators here. We have the remaining timeouts now being shown. Michigan has 2 timeouts left, and USC 4, and they're down there by the yardstick. Fourth down. Moorhead. Scrambling to the pocket. 30, 25, great run. Flag is down. A flag goes down in the USC secondary. Moorhead running it to the Trojan 20-yard line.
And you can take another look at what we were talking about earlier. Moorhead, not only a good passer, but an extremely agile runner, making an excellent move.
This flag was dropped while Moorhead was on his way, and it was dropped in the USC secondary. It's against Southern California. It's going to the 9-yard line. It's holding. Illegal use of a hand. And Michigan has first down and goal to go. There's the new timeouts. USC, Michigan, 4 left for the Trojans, 2 for Michigan. A long drive now by the Wolverines. They've come from their 20 to the USC 9. All right, Michigan sets. The quick give to Garvey Craw, the fullback. Charlie Weaver, the left end, 84, and Al Collings, the left tackle, 72, stopped him. The ends aren't too big for USC. Weaver weighs 209 and Gunn weighs 210. They're the smallest members up front. Gabler's out. Henry comes in, number 44, as flanker. Second down, 7 to go for a Michigan touchdown. USC leading 3-0. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the half. They go to that old-fashioned, the straight T when they get close. Moorhead may run it in. Let's see. Goes to the 3. He tried to go. Haluchek, number 50, and Bob Jensen, 51. The 2 linebackers got him. Couldn't find anyone open.
Well, actually, Jim Mandich, and I'm sure he's perhaps mentioning it in the huddle right now, was just wide open back there. He couldn't see him, and I'm sure perhaps as he made his move toward the goal line, he may have spotted him out of the corner of his eye, but it was too late at that point.
And that old straight T now. They run out of this 92% of the time when they line up like this. Gabler in motion. Moorhead rolling. A pass blocked by number 84, Charlie Weaver, the left end. The other end was right in there, 283 Gunn. But Weaver, as quick as a cat, jumped up and deflected it. 4th down and 3 to go for a Michigan touchdown. And now the field goal man's coming on, Tim Killian, who tried 12 field goals this year and kicked 6. This will be a 20-yard attempt. It's being held on the 10. The kick is up. The kick is good. And we're in a tie game. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Michigan 3 and Southern California 3.
Accustomed to all the finer things in life, we recommend the 1970 Sport Suburban Wagon. Plymouth makes it. There's an air deflector to keep the rear window clean and to keep dust and fumes out. An optional dual air conditioner to cool your rear seat passengers, and 5-speaker stereo to surround them with music. The Sport Suburban Wagon is for a lot of people who want comfort wherever they go. Following the leader doesn't make it. Being the leader makes it. Plymouth makes it.
Coyne will kick off for Michigan. Back deep are Lou Harris, nearest to you, and Bruce Dyer on the far side. They're at the 5. Coyne's kick is high. Dyer has it on the 5. 15. 25, and is spun down on his 28 by Ed Moore, number 97. 24-yard return by Dyer. Closer to the 29, that's where we'll spot it. Southern Cal on their 29 with a first down. Berry and Evans will be deep in the eye. Bob Chandler will be the flanker, number 10. Jimmy Jones, a sophomore, the quarterback. Dickerson is split to the right, and Chandler's in the slot. Berry is hit on the 30. Number 33 is Taylor, and number 39 was Henry Hill. It'll be second down, 9 to go for USC.
And you may be able to see it in this next series. Michigan, their defensive line will slant one way or the other, usually in toward the short side of the field, toward the sideline, toward the bottom. But with their linebackers filling in, it gives almost an 8-man type of front. with their linebackers stepping into the opposite way of the slant.
Covington's now in at fullback, 39. Here's the option being run by Jones. He gets away from Taylor. Tom Curtis chases him out of bounds, a safety man. Taylor had a shot and couldn't get him. And finally, it was a safety man, Tom Curtis, 25, who got him.
And there you see Taylor, 33, right in the bottom of your screen, going toward Jones. Jones, good-sized boy, and is, just like Moorhead, a good runner. Number 25, Tom Curtis, taking him out of bounds.
Terry DeCry comes in replacing Sam Dickerson as flanker. It's now on the 37-yard line of Southern Cal. Third down, a long yard to go. Berry, first down to the USC 41. Hit there by Mike Keller, number 90. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network. We have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first half. The score tied 3-3. Southern Cal has a first down on its 42. Jones sends his men down. It is nearly intercepted, not quite. It's intended for DeCry. The Wolfman, Tom Darden, had a shot at it. He's mad at himself, but if he had intercepted that one, it would have been a tough interception. He had to go high in the air for it. So it's an incomplete pass now. It's second down, 10. USC on their 42. This is the Michigan sideline. Jones has attempted 4 passes, completed 2. You can't keep those players in that recessed bench. They want out there on that sideline, but they're trying to get them to kneel down. Second down, 10. Chang coming in motion. That was DeCry, who's getting open, who's going down and curling into the seams, getting in those cracks of the Michigan defense. That's the third time they've hit him today, Terry DeCry.
And if they go according to form, they may come back to him with an inside move, as they did before when he was running those patterns against Bruce Elliott. Gave him an inside move, cut to the outside, then the next time he faked him to the outside, cut back over the middle.
Third and a yard to go, USC and the Michigan 49. There goes that little Berry again, getting a first down. Playing quite a game, backing up Clarence Davis today, the team's running star. Barry Pearson, the halfback, and Tom Curtis, the safety man, made the tackle. And USC had the first down on the Michigan 44. Dickerson's in, DeCry goes out. Barry now has picked up 38 yards in 12 carries. Timeout. Southern Cal calls the time. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is tied, USC 3 and Michigan 3.
What man can resist it? The clean, crisp aroma of ocean surf. Get it in new Gillette Foamy Surf Spray Shaving Cream. A new fragrance, like the refreshing spray of a breaker. The foamy crispness of ocean whitecaps. If you've ever enjoyed the refreshing scent of ocean spray on your skin, you know what to expect in new Foamy Surf Spray by Gillette. Take the plunge today.
One morning, Wally Buckley discovered he had a case of the nubs.
The nubs!
The nubs. The tiny little part of his beard his razor couldn't get.
They're all over my face.
Fortunately, the Gillette Techmatic razor gets rid of the nubs. Techmatic adjusts to shave you closer. Techmatic gave Wally the closest shave he ever had. No nicks, no cuts, no nubs.
Boy, that was close.
Techmatic by Gillette. It gets the nubs. It gets the nubs.
All right, Michigan will set up defensively with Mike Keller out at left end and Al Carpenter replacing him. Southern Cal has a first down on the Michigan 44 in a tie game, 3-3. 2:21 to go in the half. Jones is going deep for Dickerson, and it is incomplete. Covering that play was Curtis and Pearson, double-teaming Sam Dickerson, who runs 109.7 and who put USC in the Rose Bowl when he caught that pass in the last couple of minutes of play deep in the end zone against UCLA. Terry DeCry is in now, replacing Sam Dickerson. For you Michigan fans, the reason your star running back Billy Taylor's not in the game, he has a slight head concussion. Second down 10 for USC. And a timeout against USC. That should give them 2 timeouts remaining. There's Jones talking to his coach, John McKay. Now, Billy Taylor has played very little in the second period. He gained over 800 yards this year and did most of it in the last 5 games of the year. He dislocated his shoulder. Glenn Doughty started in the first 5 games, and he became injured. Taylor stepped in and averaged 150 yards a game in the last 5 games, but he's hurt now. How about a team that has 2 sophomores like that, Kyle? One gets hurt, and the other one steps in.
And, you know, another fellow in this ball game who is still recuperating from an injury, Barry Pearson. Pearson, as you have seen, has been in the ball game, although they've not used him at his specialty, which was returning kicks, along with Glenn Doughty. Doughty, of course, out with a knee injury last week here in practice, underwent knee surgery last week.
Second down, 10 to go for USC on the Michigan 44. Great drop back again for Jones. Now he dumps it off on a screen to Evans. Evans got jammed up by one of his own men and has stopped at the 41-yard line. Number 68 was coming out for him. That was Steve Lerner, the right guard, to set up the screen, and Evans ran into him. And then Tom Darden came in to make the kill as a defensive back. That play looked as if it would go somewhere when it first started. Third down and 7 for USC on the Michigan 41. Here's Keller, number 90, coming back in at end, replacing Al Carpenter. And Dickerson going out, or DeCry going out, Berry's going out. Clarence Davis comes in at tailback. Dickerson will be flanked to the right. Just under a minute and a half to play now in the first half. Game tied 3-3. Davis in motion. On 3rd and 7, Jones dumps it off to Evans. Evans to the 30. That was just a little soft, feathery dump-off pass. And Evans almost just stood over there and waited for it. He moved a step or 2, and that was it. That wasn't a screen. It was just a delayed dump-off.
Not at all. They had Sam Dickerson way downfield. And apparently they thought he was going to Dickerson, and perhaps he had intended to. Only 3 defensive players had dropped back deep with Dickerson, which, of course, opened it up for Evans.
Southern Cal on the Michigan 29 with a first down. Davis claws his way to the 24-yard line of Michigan. Number 92, Fred Grambo, the left tackle on the stop, a sophomore. Second down, 5 to go. The clock is moving. We have less than a minute to play in the first half. Slot right. Now they change to the flanker in motion. Jones with a tremendous rush. Look at him get away. And he hits his pass to Davis at the 20. Davis is dragged down from behind by Ed Moore.
And you'll be able to see number 35, Tom Darden, right up the middle, putting the pressure on him, along with number 70, Marty Huck. Jones, strong, getting away from the tackles. And there it is to Clarence Davis.
Well, Jones set that one up with his scrambling ability. Marty Huff was right on him, and he got away from him. Now Mike Berry's in. His first down, USC. 19 seconds to go in a half. They have the ball on the Michigan 16. Out to Chandler. He was open, but over his head. He was covered by the linebacker. Chandler, a speedster, a track man, had the ideal situation. Got a linebacker to cover him one-on-one, but the pass was high. Second down, 10. Southern California on the Michigan 16-yard line. Jones now has attempted 10 passes, completed 6. There are 11 seconds remaining in this half. Kerry DeCry's in. Number 19 has a split in, and Sam Dickerson goes out. DeCry probably has the best hands to receive the ball on the USC team. the surest pair of hands. The clock is moving now. That ball was flipped up in the air. Darden nearly got it in the air, and he would have had an open field. Tom Darden, the sophomore Wolfman of Sandusky, Ohio.
And you could see that one coming. Darden, as you say, playing that Wolfman position, roaming around, and he started before the ball was snapped, and he was really coming in.
Darden plays where he's needed. He just roams at will and plays the right side, the left side, and plugs up the middle. He's what they call in the college ranks the monster, but they call him the Wolfman. There's O.J. Simpson on the USC bench. Here's Jimmy Jones coming back on the field. This drive started on the Southern Cal 39. They've used 15 plays, and they're down to just about their last play of the first half, unless they have a quick pass that's incomplete or a score. There's 6 seconds to go in the half. Ron Ayala's in, which means they may go for the field goal. And that's just what may happen here. Ayala's already kicked one at 25 yards. He kicked one with 1 second to go to beat Stanford and knock Stanford out of the Rose Bowl. Stanford was leading USC with 1 second to go. This will be from the 24. The kick is up, and this one is no good as it's to the left. Well, Michigan stops the USC drive with 2 seconds to go in the half. And Michigan has the ball now on their 20-yard line.
You know, Kurt, while we're waiting for them to get set up, this has been a problem for both squads. You know, when they take that break, coming back into a ball game like this is like starting your season all over again. You work out your first few workouts are really just to get back into physical shape. Then you start your practice sessions for strategy preparation.
All right, Michigan with the clock running out. Does it on their own 20. That's the end of the first half of the 1970 Rose Bowl game with a score, Michigan 3 and Southern California 3.
Hi, I'm Darryl LaMonica. I quarterback the Oakland Raiders. I know what I want in my car.
Move, make the move.
This is what you should look for in your next car. A 5-foot wide spread like this. 440 cubic inches of solid power. Torsion bars combined with the unique sound isolation system and unibody construction gives you new torsion quiet ride. The 1970 Chrysler with torsion quiet ride. The ideal blend of quietness and control. This is my car, your next car.
For the young and old, like a dream come true.
Three to 3 at halftime before 102,000 fans in Pasadena. Now we present the famous USC Trojan Band and Dorian Drill Team under the direction of Ronald Broadwell, with drum major Joe Winchell and champion twirler Warren Bass.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the famous Trojan Band and Dorian Drill Team under the direction of Ronald Broadwell and assisted by David Green, with drum major Joe Winchell and champion twirler Warren Bass.
Ball game with a score, Michigan 3 and Southern California 3.
Hi, I'm Darryl LaMonica. I quarterback the Oakland Raiders. I know what I want in my car.
Move, make the move.
This is what you should look for in your next car. A 5-foot wide spread like this. 440 cubic inches of solid power. Torsion bars combined with the unique sound isolation system and unibody construction gives you new torsion quiet ride. The 1970 Chrysler with torsion quiet ride. The ideal blend of quietness and control.
This is my car, your next car.
For the young and wild, like a dream come true.
Three to three at halftime before 102,000 fans in Pasadena. Now we present the famous USC Trojan Band and Dorian Drill Team under the direction of Ronald Broadwell with drum major Joe Winchell and champion twirler Warren Bass.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the famous Trojan Band and Dorian Drill Team under the direction of Ronald Broadwell and assisted by David Green, with drum major Joe Winchell and champion twirler Warren Bass. The Trojan Band presents 1969, the year of the impossible dream. Nothing seemed more impossible than the Trojans' fourth consecutive trip to the Rose Bowl. But here they are. And the Trojan Band opens their show with the very appropriate celebration. As the world's largest champagne glass appears on the field, we toast those fabulous world champions, the Mets. They did the impossible, and all of New York City went out of their heads. recollection of 1969 would be complete without recalling the moonwalk. It truly was a mission impossible. '69 was truly the year of the impossible dream. But we as Americans celebrate the first day of this new decade with a wish for peace. Peace around the world in the 1970s. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have enjoyed our musical salute to 1969. On behalf of the Trojan Band and Dorian Drill Team, we wish you a very happy New Year.
Halftime activities will continue from the 1970 Rose Bowl game after this pause for station identification.
See Jimmy Durante, Judy Carr, Leslie Uggams, and James Garner with Andy Saturday night.
Right in the way, boys.
Right up in the tunnel there. Just cold drinks now. Hey, Harry. 9, I can't hear you at all.
Billboards, mid-billboards. Andrews part of the debated even though they're all.
1970 Rose Bowl game is brought to you by Chrysler Corporation, makers of Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge trucks, and Simca and Sunbeam automobiles. Chrysler Corporation, engineering with care. By Gillette Platinum Plus, the blade you've always wanted and more. And by Kellogg's. Kellogg's puts more in your morning. We're here at halftime of the Rose Bowl. The game is tied 3-3, and right now, the Michigan Marching Band is entertaining.
Our first wish, an end to air pollution with skylines that never look like this. '60s have become known as the decade of the generation gap. This so-called gap has grown between parents and their children, between senior citizens and the present generation, and in education between administration and faculty and the student body. We trust and hope that the '70s will... regarded as belonging to all mankind. However, modern technology has diminished man's horizons and increased his fear of fellow man. On October 7, 1969, the treaty between the Soviet Union and the United States banning underwater nuclear arms was signed and has now been submitted to the other nations of the world for ratification. Our third wish is that the '70s will see a continuation of peace on and in the seas of the world. Wings of peace and freedom proclaim our final wish for all mankind in the 70s. As Dr. Martin Luther King expressed it, let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. And as the late President John F. Kennedy said, wherever we are, we must all in our daily lives live up to the age-old faith that freedom and peace walk together.
Two tremendous band shows here at halftime by Michigan and USC. The score is Michigan 3 and US 3 as we get ready for the second half kickoff in the 1970 Rose Bowl game. The hit of the game has been the Michigan mascot, who's been trained to push a little ball up and down the field, and he gets a roar from the 102,000 fans. As they line up for the kickoff, Michigan is going to kick from your right. USC will receive on your left. We'll get into the stats here just as soon as we have time. Dana Coyne will kick off. Bruce Dyers on the far side and Lou Harris near side to receive for USC. We're going to the second half tied 3-3. Kurt Gowdy and Kyle Rote hope you're enjoying this 56th Rose Bowl game. The lights are on here, by the way. The kick is coming to Lou Harris, the sophomore. He's out to the 20. And is ridden out of bounds by Tom Curtis, number 25. There they are, Kyle.
And very quickly, you could see Michigan being held to 119 yards in that first half. So this battle of offensive power by Michigan, defensive power by Southern Cal, thus far has gone to Southern Cal. Southern Cal holding Michigan, a team that has been averaging 420 yards per game over the season, to only 119 here in this first half. So at this point, I'd say, Kurt, the quarterback's about even. Moorhead hitting 5 of 10, Jones hitting on 6 of 11 in the passing game.
Michigan was offside on the kickoff. Jimmy Jones looked over to his coach, John McKay, says, what do we do? He said, accept the penalty and make him kick off. We might run it farther out. That was a 24-yard return. So now Michigan will kick off from its 35-yard line. In motion is Chandler. To Berry. Been the leading ball carrier in this game, and he's up to his 49-yard line. Taken there by Cecil Pryor, number 55. It'll be second down and 4 yards to go for USC. Mike Berry in the first half picked up 41 yards on 12 carries. The leading ball carrier was Billy Taylor for Michigan with 35 yards. He played less than half the first half. He's out with a head concussion. We'll have to see if he comes back or not. Just over the 50, and then Fred Grambaugh belts down Charlie Evans, number 33. Southern Cal on the Michigan 49-yard line. We're just underway here in the second half. 3rd and 3. Now they spread them out this time. There's a dump off to Evans, and coming up is the Wolfman Darden. They had a fumble on the play after the completion, recovered by Wayne Yerry, number 60, whose brother Ron, year before last, was the number 1 draft choice, and is now with the Vikings. 4th down and 3. Michigan is sending back Barry Pearson and Tom Curtis. Pearson's 29. He's the deadly punt returner. He's averaged 15 yards a punt return this year. Ayala's in punt formation. Angles it away from Curtis. Takes it on to 12. Couple of good moves there, and nearly fights his way out of the pocket, but gets back to his 16-yard line, where Bob Chandler, the flanker, and Wayne Yerry, the right guard, are down there to cover him. Stay tuned to NBC. Right after we leave Pasadena, you'll go to Miami, the Orange Bowl Stadium, where Penn State, 10 wins, no losses this year, meets Missouri, which won 9 and lost 1. The Orange Bowl, right after the Rose Bowl on NBC. Jim Simpson and Al DeRogatis will be there to describe the action for you. Lance Scheffler is still in there as the deep running back off the I, in place of Bill Taylor. Michigan's on their 17-yard line. They have a second down, 9 to go. That last tackle was made by Tody Smith and Bob Jensen. Here's the wing back reverse to Gabler, who comes to the 20, and Charlie Weaver, the left end, was waiting for him, number 84. Third down, 6 to go for the University of Michigan. Mike Oldham, 84, comes in, replace split end Billy Harris. Moorhead, if he throws, has hit 5 out of 10 so far. He runs the draw to Scheffler. Scheffler's to his 23-yard line, maybe the 24. Scheffler, number 45. Bob Jensen, the right linebacker. Scott and Weaver on him. And now Michigan is forced into a punt formation with Pete Soranis coming in to snap the ball and Mark Werner to do the punting. This will be Michigan's 5th punt of the game. Sandy Durko and Tyrone Hudson are deep. A high kick. Fair catch called for by Durko on his 43-yard line. It'll be USC's ball. First down. Timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is USC 3 and Michigan 3.
Chief, it's working beautifully. They've captured me and we're headed for their secret headquarters in what is obviously a big luxury car. I'll pinpoint our location from the noise and road conditions just as soon as we get started.
Noise and vibrations? Don't count on it. Every new Dodge Polara has unibody construction, torsion bars, and special vibration isolators for a ride as smooth and quiet as the biggest of luxury cars with the handling of a performance champion. We call it Torsion Quiet Ride.
The road is very smooth, Chief. Must be a superhighway. And it's so quiet. I'd say we're way out in the country.
Polara, 1970. If you get carried away by low-priced luxury, you could be Dodge material.
Chief, I've got it. We're at the old abandoned airstrip.
Southern Cal's ball, first down on their 42. Evans was in the lineup and then left with something wrong with his helmet, and Humphrey Covington, number 39, came in to replace him. Score tied 3-3, 11 minutes, 7 seconds to play in the third period. Chandler in motion. That's their draw to Perry, and Michigan was waiting for it with Cecil Pryor, the right end. There's Billy Taylor, number 42. He's just itching to get back into this game. He's had a head concussion. Anytime you have a head injury, you take a chance with a boy. Second down 10. Southern Cal's ball on their 42. Scheffler's done a good job in place with Taylor, but Taylor has more power and has been the more proven runner. Illegal delay. USC took too much time. This will move the ball back to the Southern Cal 37 and make it 2nd down 15.
And with this type of yardage, Kurt, we might expect Michigan to come in with some type of red dog maneuver. Might keep eye on Tom Darden, number 35, a Wolfman who moves around, sort of picks his spot. A lot of times he will do his red dog maneuver with Cecil Pryor. Pryor will go to the inside or to the outside. Now we see Darden moving way out to the top of the screen.
All right, a 2nd down and 15. Michigan's got into a 4-man line now, which means they may expect a pass. Jones gives to Clarence Davis. Davis rolls all the way to the 50-yard line. And it took Brian Healy to bring him down. We have a flag down, though. And this was tacked on against Michigan. This puts the ball on the Michigan 36. Personal foul against Michigan. Southern Cal has a 1st down on the Michigan 36. Berry now comes in at tailback, replacing Clarence Davis. Mike Berry. Slot to the right for USC. Berry is tripped up along the 35-yard line of Michigan by Henry Hill, number 39. Their junior, very quick middle guard who came to Michigan without an athletic scholarship. Came on an academic scholarship. Speaking of academics, USC's excellence in academics was recognized recently, and they were elected to membership in the Association of American Universities. 2nd down 9 for USC on the Michigan 35. Game is tied 3-all. Berry again. He fought through one tackle of number 90, Mike Keller, and then it was finally Henry Hill who brought him down. Now it's on the 29-yard line of Michigan, and it's 3rd down and 3 to go for USC. Berry is the leading ground gainer in this game, 16 carries for 56 yards. 3rd and 3, Chandler in motion. Berry again. Ooh, as he hit then. But he plowed his way to the 27 of Michigan. He looks to be about a yard short. Cecil Pryor hit him, 55, and Tom Darden, 35.
Here you'll see it again, number 55. Cecil Pryor, and of course he and Tom Darden, as we mentioned, they go to work pretty good on that option play.
USC called for a timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is USC 3 and Michigan 3.
Remember Tom Harmon, the kid who had trouble keeping his shirt on? Well, now my grandchildren are pushing me around. You know, at my age, you have to live smarter if you want to stay on the young side. Sensible exercise and sensible eating, starting with a good breakfast like Kellogg's Product 19. The only cereal with 100% of the minimum daily adult requirements for vitamins and iron. Delicious, too. Want to get back on the young side? Start with Kellogg's Product 19.
Who are you?
Oh, how you doing, Guy? I'm your neighbor. Oh, didn't I tell you we share the same medicine cabinet? It's the new modern apartments. Hey, I see you got Silver Right Guard, new antiperspirant. Yes, sir. Stop soda, keeps you dry.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I know all about that. I got the regular Right Guard. Yep, one shot and I'm good for the whole day.
Two kinds of people, two kinds of Right Guard.
Mona!
4th down and a yard to go for USC on the Michigan 27. Game tied 3-3 with 8:30 to go in the 3rd period. Jones rolls out, and the pass is no good to Chandler. It hit the ground. Michigan holds him, and Michigan takes over on the Michigan 27. Incidentally, you usually see the famous card stunts here in the stands from USC, UCLA. Today they did not have them because the computers broke down. They now run the card tricks by a computer system. They used to do them before the computers, but they rely heavily on them now. Bill Taylor has now come in the game for Michigan, and here he is with the ball. Taylor, who had a head concussion in the first half, is back in for the first time in the second half. He's number 42. He brings it to the 30-yard line of Michigan, a 3-yard gain at 2nd and 7. Bob Jensen and Mike Helichek on the tackle.
Again, we see Southern Cal in that 6-man line that, as I say, they have not shown before. They held them to 47 yards on the ground in the first half. They're content to stay with it.
Henselman has got in. It's deflected by one of the members of the Wild Bunch. I believe it was Al Cowlings, number 72. Cowlings deflecting that one. 3rd down and 7. It's quite a college line. Cowlings is 6'5", 248. Scott is 6'2", 245. Tody Smith is 6'5", 247. The two ends aren't too big, but they're quick. 3rd and 7. Moorhead. What a catch there. No good, though, they say. Spun around and lost the ball, and he's turned. Number 80, Bill Harris.
We get another look at Harris on this play. Harris going downfield. He'll just do a little maneuver, a little circle around, looking for that opening between the linebackers. And you can see as he's going down, he had not maintained the ball or gained control of it.
Punt formation now, Mark Werner with Durko and Hudson deep. This one could be good for a run back. Durko on the 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, turns down. But that low kick, when you kick them low line drive like that, you're asking for trouble. And Durko had time to get it going. Watch it develop. Kyle will take it.
You can see that screen, that wall that they always try to set up. Durko just cutting in, and a great tackle. Played by the fullback, Garvey Croft.
All right, USC threatening now on the Michigan 35. The pitch is to Clarence Davis, and Davis is tripped up at the Michigan 33 by Pete Newell, the right tackle, 82, and Barry Pearson, the right halfback, 29. 2nd down, 8 to go for USC. Just over 7 minutes to play in the 3rd period. A tough defensive game. It's tied 3-3. Mike Berry's back in as a deep man in the eye, replacing Clarence Davis. It's to Berry. And that hole plugged very quickly there by Pete Newell, 82. Hill and Newell will both be back next year for Michigan. He's 82, Newell. He's all Big Ten, so is Hill. And they're two of the quickest linemen in the country. 3rd down. 7 yards to go for the Trojans of USC. Dickerson flanks left. Chandler in the slot. Chandler in motion. That's deflected by Fred Grambaugh, the left tackle, 92, who deflected that one. Can't remember a college game, Colin, we had so many passes deflected by the linemen.
Well, these quarterbacks are having to get rid of the ball a lot sooner, I think, than they want to. They're getting pressure from the secondary. That time, Darden again on the Red Dog maneuver. Also, I think Tom Curtis was almost up in there.
All right, Ayala's in. The ball will be spotted at the 39. This is a 49-yard field goal attempt. Jones holding that one is going to be short. And it is down on the 3-yard line by Rich Oberruder. Number 59 downed it, so Michigan's in a deep hole. Timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Michigan 3 and USC 3.
Buford, J.W. Tell Judge Tobin I got me another. Yeah, little old gal this time. Found one of them racing cars in the city limits. Maybe it's some sort of a Dodge something or other.
Challenger, new Dodge Challenger RT.
How's that, Buford?
course I'm sure. It's got racing stripes, big old 446 back, everything. Huh? Well, put him on. Howdy, Judge.
You cute little old gal, no bacon in a minute. Wheeler that big old racer.
You ain't? Well, of course I seen him. Yeah, concealed wipers, dual headlights. What about that shaker hood? That big old 440. Oh, optional. Yeah, gal. Judge Tobin want to talk to you.
Hello, Uncle Ralph?
Brand new Challenger RT. If you trust your own judgment, you could be Dodge material.
Y'all drive careful now, yeah?
Michigan's ball on their 3-yard line on the short field goal, which turned out to be better than about any punt Ayala could kick. Well, Moorhead now with a straight tee to Garvey Craw, his fullback. Bob Jensen and Tody Smith tackled him there with Bob Jensen. It's on the 5-yard line, 2nd down 8. Be sure to tune in on January 15th when Chrysler Corporation presents the Bob Hope Christmas Special. 90 minutes in color on NBC. Bob's tour of Vietnam. Henry's in, Gabler's out at flanker, and that straight old-fashioned tee. They like this for running. They run out of this over 90% of the time. Moorhead lunges to the 6, and that's it. And Mike Halachek brought him down, number 50. 3rd down, 7 to go for Michigan. Game is tied 3-3, 5.5 minutes to play in the 3rd period.
In a similar situation as we now find Michigan, Moorhead elected to fake to one of his backs, throw downfield to Jim Mandich. The fake, of course, to draw the linebackers up. He might look for it.
3rd and 6. Flags down. Now, were they drawn offside? Has somebody moved? Illegal procedure against USC. They must have encroached when they jumped, touched somebody. Sometimes you'll see that defensive player go across, but he's drawn off by a movement of an interior lineman. Now this puts it out to the 11-yard line and makes it 3rd down and a yard to go. May change the call for Michigan as Gabler comes in at wingback, replacing Bill Harris. Still in that straight tee. Taylor in motion. Moorhead keeps just when he was about to go somewhere. He was really racked up there by Tony Terry, number 74. They're going to look now, and it is a 1st down Michigan as they fought their way out from their 3, and they're trying to get in a better operating position. Remember, on NBC this Sunday afternoon, you'll watch the American Football League Championship game between Kansas City and Oakland. The winner will go on to the Super Bowl to meet the winner of the NFL. They've had 2 tough games. Oakland's won them both close games, and that should be something Sunday. 4 o'clock Eastern time on NBC. Billy Taylor is hit by Al Cowlings, number 72. And I mean hit. Cowlings had 80 tackles this year. He was 2nd on the team in tackles. The USC team, their star this year was the Wild Bunch. Their front 5 that played with such abandon. Michigan on their 12-yard line, 2nd down, 11. Gabler in motion. Moorhead is going deep, and it is incomplete. And intercepted by Durko. Durko intercepted it. Great interception. When I said incomplete, the official came up and gave it the wave in front of the body. Watch this guy.
There you see Billy Harris going down, and Durko making one of those diving catches that you normally attribute to offensive ends. A great interception. Southern Cal now with the ball on their own 49.
USC on their 49, 1st down. That's only the 14th giveaway this year for Michigan. Boy, he hit him that time. Bob Chandler, the flanker, right between two defenders, and Tom Darden had to knock Chandler down.
Here we see Bob Chandler going downfield all alone on this. Begging to get by his linebacker, cutting out, and you'll see Tom Darden, number 35, coming in to make that tackle.
Jimmy Jones, who passed for 40% this year, has hit 8 out of 15 in this game. First down, USC. Michigan 37. Berry ran over his own man, the blocking fullback Evans, and tripped him up. And Pete Newell fell on top of him. Newell, the right tackle in Michigan, number 82. So Southern Cal's on the Michigan 35 with a second down 8. We have 3 minutes to play in the third period. The game is still tied 3-3. Taylor goes out at linebacker, and Ed Moore comes in, number 97. Davis and Covington are the running backs off the eye. It goes to Davis. Whoa! He's hit on by Ed Moore, number 97, on the 33. We've had some tremendous impacts by secondary backs coming up here in the second half and meeting runners head on. Third down, 6 now for Southern Cal on the Michigan 33. Game tied 3-3. Jones to the 21, to Chandler, breaks away to the 10. Chandler scores!
Take a look at it from the end zone. There you see the Red Dog maneuvers, Tom Darden going in. Number 21, Bruce Elliott, missing one tackle. Chandler making a beautiful move, putting on a little speed here. Just pulling away from number 29, Barry Pearson.
Well, the play goes 33 yards. The kick by Ayala is good. Well, they were talking about Jimmy Jones, the sophomore, being an erratic passer. He has nailed him in there today. He has passed beautifully for USC. There's your score now. The Trojans take the lead, 10-3. That score came with 2:12 to go in the third period. You know, Pacific 8 and Big Ten Conference athletic teams have enjoyed great success in NCAA championship competition. Since 1959, the Pacific 8 has won 42 NCAA titles in 8 different sports. The Big Ten has won 97 NCAA crowns since its formation in 1896. These two conferences are the two leaders in NCAA competition. Michigan will receive now. Southern Cal has dominated the third period. Bill Taylor and Preston Henry are deep. Ayala will kick off. Taylor on the 10, to the 20, 25, over his 30, and down on his 33-yard line. Good block by Jack Harpring that sprung him for another 10 yards, and Charlie Weaver made the tackle. A return of 24 yards. So it's first down now for Michigan. Michigan has not been out of its own territory here in the third period, just like the first period. Forehead to Taylor, and he's to his 35. And hit by Tody Smith, the right tackle, 93. Tony Terry, the middle guard. By the way, Tody Smith played high school football in Beaumont, Texas. The coach was his father, and his father's here for the game today. Taylor now has 13 carries, 41 yards. He's been the leading ball carrier for Michigan. Second down, 8 to go for Michigan. They're trailing 10-3. To Mandich. Mandich, flag drop. Mandich at the 43-yard line of Michigan, hit by Bob Jensen, number 51. Flag on the ground was accidentally. You saw the referee throw it back on the sideline.
I think also we have an injury on the field now. To what extent? Al Cowlings hobbling around and may come off.
Michigan has a first down. Cowlings is limping off the field and is replaced by Gary MacArthur, number 70. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. Michigan on their 43-yard line with a first down. Moorhead has hit 6 out of 13 passes so far. Running the option play on the keeper. Over the 50 and spinning into USC territory to the USC 49. Gary MacArthur, who just came in, brought him down. That was a good block there in the right guard, Dick Calderazzo. Michigan on the USC 49-yard line. Second down, about 1.5 yards to go. Gabler is in. Hank Witz is out. Moorhead getting his club set up. And that is Garvey Craw, the fullback, who gives Michigan a first down on the USC 44.5-yard line. We're in the last 35 seconds of the third period. First down. There's the pitch to Taylor. Taylor to the 41. Charlie Weaver, the end, turned him in. And then Tony Terry made the tackle, number 74. These ends have a job against this option play of keeping that outside man, the pitch man, contained. And there's your time running out. The end of the third quarter in the 1970 Rose Bowl game with a score, Southern California 10 and Michigan 3.
From the beginning, man has dreamed of flying, of breaking the chains that kept him earthbound, of being free to go anytime his heart said, fly. At Eastern Airlines, we never forget the challenge of that ancient dream, to make flying natural and comfortable, to make man as at home in the sky as he is on land, to be the wings of man. Eastern Airlines, the wings of man.
Kurt Gowdy and Kyle Rhodes. There is Jim Young in the white shirt with the glasses. He's the defensive coordinator, the assistant coach, the acting head coach for Michigan today. Their head coach, Bo Schembechler, is in the hospital, taken there this morning with an ailment that hasn't been diagnosed. Moorhead keeping. Moorhead running that keeper play beautifully. Going to the 32 of USC. Calderazzo again, the right guard, leading the way on you 10 and Michigan 3.
From the beginning, man has dreamed of flying, of breaking the chains that kept him earthbound, of being free to go anytime his heart said, fly. At Eastern Airlines, we never forget the challenge of that ancient dream, to make flying natural and comfortable, to make man as at home in the sky as he is on land, to be the wings of man. Eastern Airlines, the wings of man.
Kurt Gowdy and Kyle Rhodes. There is Jim Young in the white shirt with the glasses. He's the defensive coordinator, the assistant coach, the acting head coach for Michigan today. Their head coach, Bo Schembechler, is in the hospital, taken there this morning with an ailment that hasn't been diagnosed. Moorhead keeping. Moorhead running that keeper play beautifully. Going to the 32 of USC. Calderazzo again, the right guard, leading the way for him, and it took Jimmy Gunn and Mike Halachek to bring him down. And Michigan has a first down. We'll repeat again that the doctors are running tests on Schembechler, who has been ill twice this week and became nauseated and ill again this morning and is in the hospital. His first big bowl game, and he couldn't be here. It's just a shame, but we wish him a speedy recovery. Billy Taylor hit a great charge there by Tony Terry, 74, who shot across the line of scrimmage to make the tackle.
And for the first time, I believe, in the second half, or in fact, for maybe one of the rare times in this entire ball game, Southern Cal went back into that odd man defensive line where they have a man over the nose of the center. Perhaps caught Michigan a little by surprise in their blocking.
All right, Harris is out. Hankwitz to the left, Oldham to the right. Second down, 10 for Michigan on the USC 32. Moorhead's going to throw, and it is incomplete. No good. It was intended for Hankwitz, number 81. Mike Hankwitz. Moorhead now has attempted 14 passes, completed 6. During the regular season, he hit 50%. This drive started on the Michigan 33. Michigan is now on the USC 32, 3rd and 10. And good at the 20. He hit Bill Harris, the split end, number 80. Sandy Durko was in back of him. First down.
They will have a chance to see Harris make that catch, and of course picking up just the necessary yardage. Coming back, he had enough yardage to make sure he had the first down, where if he did have to come back, he would be able to. Sandy Durko, 16, depending on the play.
The teams are tied in first downs now, 13 apiece. Billy Taylor looking for a hole, hit by 84 and 74. But the man that really flipped him up in the air was Tony Terry, number 74. On the USC 18, second down, 8 for Michigan. Hankwitz is in, Gabler's out at wingback. This Terry's played some game today. A senior from Long Beach playing his final game for USC. Second down, 8. Moorhead keeping, and it is complete. If he had not lost his footing, Jim Mandich might have gone right on into that corner, running for the flag.
And I don't believe Ellery would have been able to make that catch had he not left his feet. Had the ball been laid in there perfectly, as you say, he would have continued considerable more distance.
All right, Oldham's in, Bill Harris is out. It's 3rd and 4. Michigan on the USC 14. USC ahead 10-3 early in the 4th period. Here's the keeper. He reached the 12 or 13-yard line. Charlie Weaver, the left end, 84, took him standing up and stopped his forward motion there at the 13-yard line. The gain of a yard. And Michigan is asking for time. Now they'll have 3 timeouts left. So while time is out, we'll say that after the timeout, action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Southern California 10 and Michigan 3.
Don't nobody move!
Come on, I ain't got all day. Come on, you guys.
Hey, new Dodge Coronet 500, right?
Oh, yeah, right, officer.
Beautiful. Hey, Sarge, look at this.
Hey, this is wild. What you got under the hood? An engine, officer. I swear, just an engine.
318 V8, right?
Right.
Big trunk, huh?
Oh, yeah, you can fit anybody in there.
Hey, you must have a lot of money in this.
Not yet. No, that is not really.
Vinyl buckets, wood grain paneling.
Go ahead, try it. You'll excuse me, huh? I'll be right back. I've got to get something. Pardon me. Oh, pardon me, sir. Oh, would I love to own one of these? Get moving, Jojo! Oh.
1970 Dodge Coronet 500. Owning it's a challenge. If you're up to it, you could be Dodge material.
All right, Michigan comes up with a 4th down and 2 on the USC 13-yard line. Moritz incomplete to his fullback, Garvey Craw. And the USC boy came by and tapped him on the head. He was open out there and had a chance to maybe go for another 5, 6, 7 yards with the ball. So USC holds. They have a 1st down now on their own 13. Stay tuned for the Orange Bowl game right after we're through here in Pasadena. Penn State and Missouri from the Orange Bowl with its fantastic halftime spectacle. Davis and Evans are the running backs. Clarence Davis is hit by Pete Newell, 82. There's a charge by a tackle. Pete Newell, the junior from Park Ridge, Illinois. Ball's on the 12-yard line of Southern Cal, 2nd down, 11. Sam Dickerson goes out at flanker, and Terry DeCry, number 19, comes in. Each team suited up 50 men for this game, a far cry from their first Rose Bowl game, when Michigan, undefeated, untied, unscored on, suited up 13 men. And left here by Parlor Carr, still unscored on when they beat Stanford. Davis trying to get outside and cut. He got away from 4 or 5 tacklers before he's brought down by Henry Hill, number 39, and Cecil Pryor, number 55. So on the 18-yard line, that's a gain of 6. 3rd down, 5 for Southern Cal. Mike Berry's coming in the USC backfield, and Davis will go out. And now USC calls time. I think now they have 2 timeouts left. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is USC 10 and Michigan 3.
Go, Tony Tiger!
Search no more. The quest for the ultimate blade is over. Gillette introduces Platinum Plus, the blade with an edge of Gillette's astonishing new platinum alloy. Platinum Plus, harder than stainless, more durable than chrome, to shave you not just cleaner, but with more comfort than any blade in history. Gillette Platinum Plus, the blade you've always wanted, and more.
Oh, visit the Colonel, have a piece of chicken. Go ahead and eat.
When folks eat my fresh, never frozen chicken with 11 herbs and spices on it, they'll call you a champion cook. It's finger-licking good.
If you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have to visit me.
3rd down and 5 to go for USC on their 18-yard line. We have an all-time Rose Bowl record crowd today, 103,878. 103,878. Sophomore Jimmy Jones. The Chandler in motion. Runs the sprint out. He's met at the 21-yard line. And it was Tom Darden and Cecil Pryor and Brian Healy. They're short of a 1st down. They have 4th down and 1 with Curtis and Barry Pearson going back. If Michigan can handle this punt, they usually try and run their punts down the middle instead of breaking to either sideline. Ayala's in punt formation. This is the 5th punt for USC. Kicks away. Pearson takes it on his 44, or Curtis. And Curtis is stopped without a chance by Marv Montgomery, number 78. Also down there is 59, Rich Oberruder. University of Michigan brings a proud tradition of this Rose Bowl game. This is the Wolverines' 5th appearance under 5 coaches. They have 38,000 students in Ann Arbor. Michigan and Ann Arbor is where scholarship and athletic excellence meet. First down for Michigan on their 43. They're trailing 10-3. Incomplete to Harris. Andy Durko jolted the ball loose. He had inside position, but Durko hit him so hard that it was incomplete.
That's one of the first down and in type of quick slant patterns we have seen Moorhead go to this afternoon. Most of them been to the outside or deep.
Number 53, Greg Slough, an ex-paratrooper from Vietnam who led USC in tackles with 89 this year, smelled that wing-back reverse out and brought Gabler down. Now it's back on the 42 of Michigan. It's 3rd and 11. Slough is the biggest linebacker in USC history. He weighs 235. Oldham's in as a flanker now, along with Hankwitz. 3rd and 11. The pass is complete to Oldham, who caught the ball under pressure by Tyrone Hudson, number 43. And it's a first down Michigan and a big 3rd down play.
You know, we just saw the Rose Bowl queen in her court there cheering on Michigan. Not that they are prejudiced for or against Southern Cal. When Southern Cal does something good, they yell, "Go Southern Cal."
They're just cheering for everybody. First down for Michigan. Moorhead running the keeper to the 41 of USC. Mike Halachek and Bob Jensen on the tackle. Moorhead runs that keeper behind that guard, Calderazzo. 5-yard gain, 2nd down, 5. Michigan's had spurts of quarters. The 1st and 3rd, they didn't do much. Contained in their own territory. In the 2nd and 4th, their offense has sparkled. There's the draw play to Billy Taylor, finding daylight, and lowers that injured head and goes to the 35. He looks good enough for a first down. Jimmy Gunn, the All-American defensive right end, stopped him, but not until he made a first down, and Michigan now has 14 first downs, and USC has 13.
In this particular drive, you would expect Moorhead to go with the things that have worked for him successfully earlier. That draw play is certainly one. Another one is a takeoff of the draw play where he fakes the ball actually to Taylor and keeps it and sort of bootlegs it by himself alone around the corner.
First down, Michigan on the Southern Cal 35. Moorhead's pass complete to John Mandich, the All-American end, the 2nd leading pass receiver in Michigan history. Jack Clancy of the Miami Dolphins was number 1.
And again, we see Moorhead going back. Mandich will be coming across. Mandich in good shape, good open position. 51, Bob Jensen, in on the tackle as well.
Mandich has caught 7 passes in this game. Jim Mandich. Taylor, with those quick feet of his, he saw one hole plug, just trying to run where there was an opening, and he goes to the 14-yard line of USC. At 2nd down and 6. Tony Terry made the tackle. They don't block for holes anymore. They block to get openings and let the back run for that opening wherever it is, inside or out. 7:45 to play in the game. USC ahead 10-3. Michigan threatening. Moorhead trying to dive. He's to the 11-yard line where Terry again and Tony Smith bring him down. Now they have 3rd down and 3 to go. Michigan on the USC 11.
You know, Kurt, you might recall that one play where he threw the ball to Garvey Craw when they needed that 4th down, about 2 or 3 yards, and Craw missed the pass. I'm sure Moorhead will keep that one in mind as well.
All right, Moorhead into the 9-yard line. He's short. Al Cowling's back in the game. Number 72 made the tackle. Also in there, 74, Tony Terry. Now it's 4th down on the 9-yard line of USC and a yard to go for Michigan. We're just under 7 minutes remaining. USC's ahead 10-3. Oldham came out. Harris went in a split end. 1 yard to go. who knows? He gave it to the fullback, Garvey Craw, and USC is held. Tony Terry at the bottom of that pile. Al Cowling, Scott, and Smith. First down, USC on their own 9-yard line. That drive had come from the Michigan 43 to the USC 9. Southern Cal leading 10-3 with 6.5 minutes to play. Davis and Evans set behind quarterback Jones. Chandler in motion. Here's the draw to Davis. He's pulled down on his 10-yard line by Ed Moore, 97. And also 82, Pete Newell, the tackle. Gain of a yard, second down, 9 to go for USC. Taylor is the leading ground gainer for Michigan with 52 yards. And for USC, their leading ground gainer will be Davis with 59 yards, and Berry has 59 yards. Have a marker down here. Half the distance to the goal, inside the 10. Illegal procedure. Puts the ball back on the USC 4.5-yard line. Let's make it 1st and 15. That's Moorhead on the phone to one of his coaches upstairs. Chandler in motion. Davis getting outside. There he goes, Clarence Davis. But he stepped out of bounds. This is not a touchdown. No touchdown. He stepped out of bounds back on the 21-yard line. That nearly was a 96-yard run.
Maybe we'll be able to see where he steps out of bounds. This is Davis making a beautiful move, getting outside of number 80 on the play. Coming up, there you see his foot.
Right there.
Anything that touches that white stripe. So a very long, beautiful run by Clarence Davis.
That official was right on it. Stepped out on the 21 and just stepped out. So that would have been the longest run from scrimmage in the history of the Rose Bowl. 84 yards is the longest run. Mel Anthony. First down, though, USC on their 21-yard line. They're leading 10-3, 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Terry DeCry goes to the sideline, and coming in to replace him is Sam Dickerson. University of Southern California has won more National Collegiate Athletic Association championships than any university in the United States. They won 48 NCAA titles in 5 sports: baseball, track and field, tennis, gymnastics, and swimming, in addition to 4 mythical national football championships. Mike Berry in the game is now wearing number 22. Evidently, they ripped his jersey 23 off, and he has a new number now, 22. But you can recognize him. He's the shortest back in the field. You know, Southern Cal's been behind in 7 of its 10 games this season in the 4th quarter. They're enjoying an unusual circumstance. They're leading now. They pulled game after game out of the fire this year. Berry, whoo, how he's whacked there at the 20-yard line. And he's hit by 55 Fryer, 92 Newell.
You know, Kurt, along those lines, talking about trailing and coming from behind to win, that's certainly indicative of the poise of Jim Jones, the young quarterback for Southern Cal. Sometimes this is a more difficult job when you are ahead by only 7 points to still maintain that same poise and keep your game going.
Lou Harris now is in as deep man in the eye, a sophomore. They fake to him. Jones's pass is to Chandler, the flanker, and he gets away from Huff. 50, And Pryor yanks him out of bounds. Cecil Pryor yanked him out. When this Chandler gets the ball, he's a threat. He's got some great moves.
They'll be able to see it again. Chandler just doing that little turn in. And as he's moving around, number 70, Marty Huff, the linebacker, sort of swings him right out of the grasp of Barry Pearson, who was waiting there. And he picks up Jerry Mullins as a little interference. The number 55, Cecil Pryor, pulls him out of bounds.
Now, Southern Cal did have the ball, and it's 4.5, and now they're on the Michigan 44. Chandler's caught 2 passes today for 63 yards, and the only touchdown in this game. They send Humphrey Covington, the senior fullback of San Diego, through. Tom Darden, number 35, brought him down on the Michigan 39-yard line. Texas defeated Notre Dame today, 21-17. Ole Miss, the mild upset over Arkansas, 27-22. The Orange Bowl will follow this game on NBC from Miami. Penn State against Missouri, and USC is leading here 10-3 with 4 minutes to go. Chandler in motion. Mike Berry to the Michigan 36-yard line. That was a very important pass. That was Henry Hill getting up very slowly there, the middle guard, 39. That pass to Chandler and that run by Davis, very important for USC. If Michigan could have held him deep, forced USC to punt, they would have been in beautiful operating position. 3rd down and 2. Look at that charge by Mike Keller, the right end, number 9. He slowed Berry down. Berry still powered his way to the 35.5, and he's slow getting up. And now coming on is Ron Ayala with 4th down and a yard to go. This drive started on the USC 9. They were penalized back to the 4.5. And now Ayala's in a punt formation. Curtis and Elliott are deep for Michigan. 5-yard penalty. Legal delay against USC. The games for the University of Michigan over the Michigan Radio Network. Spotting for Michigan, and Dick Tripp for the University of Southern California. Steve Bailey, Executive Sports Director of radio station KMPC here in Los Angeles, an old friend of ours from the Rocky Mountains, has been our spotter today. And Bob Osberg, our stage manager. And I might mention Bob's working under very difficult circumstances today. He lost his father yesterday. He was leaving here right after the game, and we all felt very badly about it. Don't forget Sunday, the AFL Championship game, Kansas City and Oakland, 4 o'clock Eastern Time on NBC for the AFL Championship. That's deflected as it left the line of scrimmage. Cody Smith deflected it. John McKay, who has a Rose Bowl record of 2 wins, 2 losses, is about to go on the winning side. His team can hold in the last 1 minute and 48 seconds. Moorhead now is hit 12 out of 23. 2nd down, 10 to go for Michigan. Playing without his head coach today. He's in a hospital, right down the middle with Jim Mandich. Mandich has caught his 8th pass. And that's a 1st down. What a tight end this fella is. Doesn't have blazing speed, but he gets himself open. When you get the ball to him, he catches it, and then he's strong enough to bowl a couple of men down.
And aside from the great pair of hands he has, he's not afraid to catch that ball in a crowd. And when you have this type of defensive unit, you know you're going to have a crowd around you every time that ball's put in the air.
USC nearly has 12 men on the field. They just got Terry off in time. The pass is incomplete. He had Insulin down there and Hankwitz. But he was throwing under the gun. They were both well covered. John McKay in his jacket. His 10th year as head coach at USC. Minute 27 to play with the Trojans leading Michigan 10-3. It was 3-3 at halftime. Oh, on a post pattern. Billy Harris was breaking open there. If they could have hit him, he might have streaked right down that middle. It'll be third down now and 10 to go.
And Moorhead having considerable difficulty getting that ball away back there. Not that he's getting that big of a rush. He's getting good protection, but this defensive line of Southern Cal, as they come in and have done so throughout this ball game, knocking the ball down, jumping up in the air, trying to deflect it, trying to bat it down.
Third and 10. Moorhead, who's 13 out of 27, completes the pass to Hankwitz, Mike Hankwitz. He's short of a first down.
This Moorhead again, and as you'll see, these defensive linemen coming in there with their hands outstretched. Mike Hankwitz taking it. Number 50, Mike Helichek, in on the tackle.
Well, they've called a timeout. Michigan has. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score is Southern California 10 and Michigan 3.
Great Moments at Breakfast, presented by Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let me help you wake up. Kellogg's Rice Krispies, my dear. Snap, crackle, pop in your ear.
My dearest one, wake up, wake up, wake up. What a way to make a day start. Now I am on my feet.
You are my favorite.
Wake up, wake up.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, from the world's most cultivated kernel.
Wake up!
1 minute and 13 seconds to play. Fourth down and 2. Probably Michigan's last chance. They're on their own 36-yard line. The keep by Moorhead. He's out to the 40, rolling to the 50. He's in the USC territory, and the clock stops when he went out of bounds with a 1 minute and 6 seconds to play. Don Moorhead out on the 48-yard line of USC.
Picking up a great block by Garvey Craw, his fullback. Got him that extra yardage, got him across for the first down.
Moorhead's done a good job running that ball. There are your timeouts left. USC has 2 and Michigan has 2. USC leading 10-3. Going deep for Harris. Hurt, might get him. Nearly had him, but not quite. Sandy Durko matching Harris stride for stride. Now the clock stops with 1 minute to go.
Of course, projecting it just a little bit farther, in the event Michigan were to score, what would you go, the 1 point, extra point, or the 2?
All right, McKay, this is an anxious moment for a coach when you're leading, because he's pulled so many games out himself this year. He knows what can happen. They're going to stop the game now and get the spectators off the field. They poured out of the stands this all-time record crowd of over 103,000. This year, Michigan, when they defeated Ohio State at Ann Arbor, had the all-time record crowd for a college game. Bob, that was 103,000, and let's get it officially. I wonder if this one matches it. Second down 10, Michigan on the USC 49. Moorhead runs it out of bounds and stops the clock, and how he's taken out there by Charlie Weaver. The left end, number 84, rode him out on the USC 42-yard line. Now 52 seconds to go.
Very important that he got to that sideline, too. Saved them a timeout. As you say, the clock stopped with 52 seconds. And again on that play, Garvey Craw, the man springing Moorhead loose with another tremendous block.
Third down And 3 to go for Michigan, desperately trying to pull this one out. They have marched from their own 12-yard line. He's brought down. He couldn't find anyone open. Tony Terry hit him, number 74, along with Jimmy Gunn, number 83. At the official crowd at Ohio State was at Michigan against Ohio State was 103,588. What was this one here today? I don't believe it was. I think it was 103,878, which is officially, I guess, if that's the official figure, the largest crowd to ever watch a college football game in America. 103,878, which bests the big crowd that saw Michigan entertain Ohio State at Ann Arbor this year. Right now, with 49 seconds to go, Michigan has the ball with a 4th down and 3 to go on the USC 43-yard line. Michigan, which has averaged better than 40 points a game its last 5 games, has been stopped without a touchdown by this USC defense today. Been a close, tough defensive battle. One pass of 33 yards from Jones to Chandler for USC has been the only touchdown. They matched field goal. That's been the story. Fourth down. 3 to go. Billy Taylor has a first down to the USC 33. Weaver and Dunn nab him.
And here we go and see a great hole open up there. Dan Deerdorf, 72, taking his man in. And some great running by Billy Taylor.
Now the clock is moving, 30 to go. 10-3, USC leading. Michigan threatening here near the end. And he's going deep. He just misses Harris in the end zone. Bill Harris covered by Tyrone Hudson, the defensive right halfback, and Harris is injured. He's missed just connecting twice on those long arching bombs to Harris. Don Moorhead, who has run today for over 60 yards, who has completed 14 out of 30, who's run for 66 yards, actually. As we said, it's Harris down on the ground. With evidently a leg injury. There's your time remaining, 20 seconds. Michigan has never lost a Rose Bowl game. They won 4 in a row. They won the first one here back in 1902 when they defeated Stanford 49-0. Willie Heston, the star of the game. Hurry up, Yost, the coach. Second down, 10. They give him the protection, a sideline over the head of Starobla, Paul Staroba. 15 seconds to go now. Right after this sign-off here, we'll go to the Orange Bowl in Miami for Penn State and Missouri. Michigan's out of timeouts now. This drive started on the Michigan 7-yard line and is carried to the USC 34. Don't forget the AFL championship game, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. Two of the great teams in pro football will be colliding in Oakland's Coliseum Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock kickoff Eastern time. We'll be there to call the game for you Sunday on NBC, Kansas City and Oakland.
We were just looking down there. All that was needed, of course, to get the ball game started was a football from the sideline. They had started the clock and realized, or started the time for the huddle, realized they didn't have a ball.
10-3 USC. Trying to hold off this last-ditch Michigan bid. A lot of these boys are back next year for both clubs. USC has 8 of its starting 11 offensive players back. They lose some top defensive men in Cowling and Scott, Terry. But they have a lot of players back. So does Michigan. Moorhead. Brought down. The clock is moving.
Kurt, we might point out one of the things was that there was one Michigan timeout remaining, and this is one reason also that they'd gone over to the sideline to get that straightened out with the sign on the board. I'm sure this, and if our information is correct, that they had one timeout remaining, and that is all.
Michigan just asked for it, and they had the wrong number of timeouts on the field on that new timeout scoreboard they had down there. They're trying to get the goalpost down, and they'll have to clear the field here. Fourth down now. 14 to go. 6 seconds remaining. Michigan's last chance. Do you go short or go long? He's throwing it deep. No good. That's it. Time has run out, and USC has won. So it's Kurt Gowdy and Kyle Road here saying, once again, the final score at the Rose Bowl, Southern California 10, Michigan 3. Now stay with us after station identification as we switch you to the Orange Bowl game between Missouri and Penn State from Miami, Florida.
See Jimmy Durante, Judy Carn, Leslie Uggams, and James Garner with Andy Saturday night.